Right along, motherfuckers.
Turning up the headphones a little bit, Wally. Fuck it, yeah. I keep this shit from the middle, grab the hell six wing. Right before I tear this Henny bottle up and spark the green. Young niggas all across the globe just tryna get some green. Focus up and stay persistent, this shit closer than you think. Protect my energy, I never let them intervene. We all gon' get shit bustin' when it's time to play the scene. But we need way more execution when it's time to follow dreams. So I gotta execute, cause this shit closer than you think.
Crazy.
Wait, are we rolling?
Oh, we rolling. Hey, Ride Along Podcast. What's up,
You
everybody?
I would have talked in the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was already.
Reenact that.
I thought you was doing that shit already. Hey, listen, Ride Along Podcast. What's up, everybody? With two A's, EJ Watson, Johanna Madronda, Nick Kelly. What up, y'all? We have a very special guest in the building today. This guy, you might have seen him pretty much everywhere, including you're about to see him Comedy Central.
The Ringers.
The Ringer. You got the black pants and the white socks. I love it, bro. I love it. So you're looking real good, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ron Taylor, man, thank you.
Yeah. What's going on, good
Man,
people?
that's funny. You were telling me last night how much, how you think like Cat Williams is kind of underrated.
Oh yeah.
But he has a bit about like the dude with the white socks in the club, not pimping.
I remember that joke.
You don't remember that one? He's like, yeah.
Really? He said that was from
Yeah.
the white
That was
socks?
on Ludacris song.
That's
At the
right.
end of pimping all over the
You
world.
said,
Oh, yeah.
If he has a drink and it's really, really dark like
Yeah.
blood, it's because you forgot to order vodka.
Yeah, that's why it's $3 a glass. Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah, shout out to the White Sox, bro. How you doing,
Oh.
man? How you feeling?
Good. Wait a minute. What's this white sock stuff? What color do socks come in?
You know what?
Black.
I don't get what it is about it, but
Yeah.
like
White
there was a
is
certain
normal.
time where I was like, Mom, don't buy me no more white socks. And she was like,
guess.
I wasn't anyway.
I got these from the dollar store because when I came here from L.A., I only packed a bag with two outfits, my court outfit and
Yeah.
the outfit I had on the plane.
Dude, I wanted
So I
to
had
ask
to
you
buy
about
some
that.
socks.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that. Did the judge actually, or is it a bit? Did the
I
judge
plead the
actually
fifth.
look?
I am not at liberty to discuss.
Yeah.
No.
Did
Say
the
it again.
judge-
What'd you say?
Did the judge actually like look up your comedy?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
What? And she said you were funny too.
Yeah.
In the courtroom, or
Yeah.
she like
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
looked it up. She played it out loud.
No. She looked it up before I got there.
Oh,
Yeah. She was
damn.
like,
Damn.
I saw your stuff. You are very, very funny.
Yeah.
I wasn't offended. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I wasn't offended.
Yeah, I don't give a shit if you're offended or not. I think she brought up the I do a bit about dress codes and how racist they are. I think she mentioned that one because in the courtroom, matter of fact, the first time she saw me, I had jeans on. She said, "Do you not have any other clothes?" And I was like, "No, I don't."
Yeah.
And then my lawyer, because she was like, "This ain't the bitch to play with." She's like, what he means is he did not come here prepared to go to court. These are only articles of clothing that he brought with him. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, bitch, I
Yeah, that's
came
what I meant.
Well, I got to dress up for you for. I'm going to jail, ho.
Right.
What do you care if I'm wearing a thong or fucking slacks for?
Dude, I respect people that go to court like that. Like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
cause I bitch right the
Nigga,
fuck
I-
out, dude.
yeah,
I
I-
shave, I comb my hair.
So
like
I went in with a
bitch.
damn near a tuxedo with that bitch, dog. I was fucking
With a rose.
So I was trying.
You gave her an apple to the judge. Like, you can't
Yeah.
do that. That might be poison.
I like kneeled when I went up there and shit. Dog. I was like,
It's like it's not church, dude.
Yeah, I dressed like a Black Panther when I went. Had a leather jacket on and shit. Afro was all fanned out and had a turtleneck on.
You brave, dog.
I mean, realistically, it was the nicest clothes I had at the time. But it was just like, I'll be respectful, and she's going to have to put a strong black man in jail. I want you to look at me and feel that. Feel that on your conscience after you've given me props on my stand.
nigga, you was the 14th strong black male she put away that day, bro.
I
She
bet,
wasn't
yeah.
worried about your ass. dog.
Yeah, but yeah, no, she did that, and like I said, I think it was because of the bit I did. I mean, probably, who knows? But in the courtroom, there's a dress code, and it's like no blue jeans, and no sneakers and stuff, and it's just like, how many other things I could wear leggings.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't blue jeans. I can wear a fucking bustier and a slip, all that stuff. No problem.
No fans of hip hop music, like.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I saw that. I saw that bit you did. I love that shit.
I love that bit too.
Well, appreciate it, but whatever. Who gives a shit? Anywho, yeah, that's what happened.
She
so
did.
now
So
I'm
she
here.
looked up your shit. What did
Yeah.
she say? You said something funny, like when she did decide to put you in jail, she called it a temporary something, or like
She called it a controlled rock bottom.
controlled rock bottom. That one hit me.
I guess in her mind
Like-
it was like, I'm going to, we're gonna bring you down, but I'm not gonna. Obviously, I can't put you away for life,
Right.
and I'm not gonna like,
I would if I could.
I'm not gonna fuck your whole life up, but we're gonna spank that ass a little bit
control
to get you on the right path, and
Just
whatever.
one tear is gonna roll down your eye.
It doesn't even matter, man.
What's the first thing you did when you got to jail?
when I got there?
Hit
Like,
under
as
that
soon as
blanket.
What do you what even do you do? They just put you right in the cell and just shut the door, or like
They
what?
put you in the holding cell, right?
Well, let's be real about something. I went to jail, not prison.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did 30 days,
That's a
not
long-
30
Yeah.
years.
Still a long
Mhm.
time though.
It wasn't shit. I went there.
Was it in Detroit?
It was in
OCJ.
OCJ. I don't know what
OCJ.
city that is. But
Pontiac?
I went
Auburn
there.
Hill, Yeah.
I sat for like an hour. No, what am I talking about? I sat for hours, maybe
Mhm.
like 6 hours on a bench,
That wooden.
and then
ass
they
bench.
moved us to like another room, and I was there for a day, and then I went to a cell. I went to a cell, and I went to another cell, then I eventually was in like a library with bunks,
Yeah.
and I just did nothing all day.
That's what it looks like as a lie.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah.
You visited?
How you were only in the holding cell for a day?
Okay, so you've been to OCJ.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can tell you
criminal
exactly.
ass
Well, then you
motherfuckers,
fucking
dog.
know what happened. They put you in that holding thing. You
Right,
over here
but-
talking to me like you don't know what's going
No,
on.
no, no,
Then they
no.
put me in fucking R9.
Okay.
You've been R9.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Look
I
at
don't
me
know
and
what's
Joe. We the
R9. I
good
don't think-
kids.
When you went, they
I don't
just
think
put
white people go to R9.
They were in there.
Okay.
They were in there, drunk as shit. You go to R9. It's like a holding thing, and it's just a concrete slab of floor.
Yeah.
And you're there for like a day, and then they moved me to the regular jail, and then maybe 12 hours later they moved me to minimum security. And the reason that they do all that
They
is
gave
so
you
you
the
can,
number and all that, right?
I don't fucking
Yeah,
remember.
okay.
Yeah,
Anyways.
but then they do that so that when you're in minimum security, their threat is if you fuck up, we'll put you back in the main jail. But if you don't know what the main jail is like, you don't even give a fuck. So they put
Damn.
you in R9 in the regular jail for a day, so that you can know what you could go back to.
Oh,
So you're in
damn.
your best behavior
That's a
when you're in
controlled
minimum
rock
security.
bottom if I ever heard one.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, dog. It was
Ugh.
nothing. It was just
That holding cell was whack though. Like
Yeah, yeah.
my thing about jail is like I get it. It's jail and you're supposed to learn your lesson, but that you could paint the wall like an off blue or something. Like everything is meant to make you not enjoy the place. It's
Isn't
all
that what it should be though?
yes, I guess so. But it's like it looks like an iPhone store in there.
Like
dude.
I feel
It's
like you shouldn't. I feel like jail shouldn't be an enjoyable place at all.
no,
bro.
not
Like,
enjoyable. Just like a little. Like,
Why
they're
do you say
over.
that?
They're overdoing it.
Why do you say that?
It's
because
just
it should
literally
be
a
a
slab.
deterrent, dog. Like why would you ever? What's gonna stop people from going to jail if they can go in that bitch and just
Chill.
play 2K like the rest?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I saw some on Vice recently, and long story short, it was the entire jail system is supposed to be a deterrent from people doing crime,
right.
and that's the foundation of our legal justice system. But there's no evidence to prove or that points that people going to jail stop doing crime, or that
There's actually more evidence to
or
prove
that
the
putting
opposite.
people in jail reduces crime. So when you say you don't think jails are supposed to be fun, at the end of the day, the entire system is flawed and doesn't work, and it never has. It only exists to make money and to have free labor. It's just slavery. That's it.
It literally is slavery.
Yeah,
But like,
that's it.
so what would you say is like? Is there anything that can deter people from fucking going to jail, or like is it
Jail.
just-
I think it works. I think partially it works. I think there's more evidence to prove that that actually the opposite of what you're saying, that like repeat offenders. I'm pretty sure there's like statistical evidence to show like if you do go to jail, like there's like 80% chance that you go back or something like that. 80, but that's just completely out my ass.
80%. Wait, if you go to jail, 80% chance that you'll go back.
Yeah,
Well, then that goes to what I just said.
yeah.
It didn't
Exactly.
help. It didn't work.
So you,
It goes-
so you think if you paint the walls blue and you put a PlayStation in that bitch, then it's gonna be Like it's gonna stop.
No, but just maybe give me a pillow. Why do I gotta ask for an extra blanket and use that as a pillow? I don't know.
Yeah.
Another thing I was surprised about is how many white people. You said something about it on stage about how many white people do heroin. I did not know.
Yeah.
I did not know.
All those white people in there were in there for heroin.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Like
What do you
selling
mean?
it or
With
doing
What
it.
do you mean you're surprised that white people do heroin?
I didn't know people did heroin.
I
Oh,
thought-
you're like,
I
yeah,
didn't know
I heard.
people,
That's what I
period.
heard. You were like, I thought that show was expired. It was like,
Yeah.
Well, it was all
I didn't,
white people.
I didn't know it was popular anymore. Heroin.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I really like.
It's like it's been an epidemic now
Yeah.
for like years.
You know what it is?
In
It's
Metro
because-
Detroit, especially like, or the suburbs, I should say.
Oh wow.
In the burbs,
It's
man.
not really a party drug though, so we don't see it.
Yeah, I think
I
it's 'cause
know
white
I
people
know
don't rap.
5 people who have
I
died.
don't know what their drugs are. You know what black drugs are because
That's
we rap
true.
about them.
Yeah, that's how you know everybody on perks and mollies and shit.
You never hear
'cause-
country people saying, "Gonna go down the street and bang some hair." That just didn't happen.
Why did that sound like "Gonna take my horse
Yeah.
to the hotel road"?
It's the only country song I know.
Shoot up till I can't no more.
Yeah.
Meth is what's slapping right now.
Apparently,
Yeah, meth.
apparently, fentanyl is what's the
Fentanyl,
thing.
Also
like,
true.
was like a death sentence.
Well, here's the thing. I learned a lot in jail. Fentanyl is what they are cutting a lot of drugs with.
Yeah.
And it in high dosages or just the wrong dose period, depending on your body chemistry, it can kill people. But what's even crazier is that some people are getting straight up fentanyl. Like I didn't know that. I thought fentanyl was only something to
Cut it with.
but
Yeah.
people do
No, yeah,
straight
it's a
up
real-
fentanyl.
People are like
Yeah.
snorting it.
People get prescribed it. I had a cousin that killed herself she had a patch that was supposed to like release fentanyl every once in a while or whatever. She just all you got to do is bite in that bitch.
What does
and
it
you're
do?
gone.
what does fentanyl do? Like
think
what,
it's-
if you take it,
if I'm not
do it the right
mistaken,
way.
I heard on, I think it was Rogan, somebody went on there and they said that fentanyl was, a dude created it to get people off of heroin. And
Damn,
then,
that shit backfired.
yeah, right. But, what are you going to do?
It's like like when I learned about Suboxone, actually from my dad a long time ago. But then when I was in jail, you know how they wake the people up that have to get their drugs early in jail. You know how they wake them up.
Oh,
like
yeah,
5?
yeah. What do they say? Medicine
Pill
or whatever.
line
Yeah,
or
whatever
whatever.
that shit is. They talk to you like fucking cattle in there.
For real.
Yeah.
Chow time.
I worked the kitchen, so we had to work 3 times a day, and then like kitchen trustees, get up, do your job. What the fuck are you talking to me like that for?
Yeah.
How they assign you your job? You just said you in the kitchen now.
No, I just asked. I was like, hey, put me in the kitchen, dog.
That's what you said.
Yeah. You're already in jail. Ain't like you had to speak to him. If you speak to him well, then they're gonna let you out sooner.
Yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
thing as the judge. Just they're
Yeah.
gonna put you in jail anyways. Might as well show up in some sweatpants.
Yeah.
Did you make some friends? Did you like keep your head low? Like,
I
what
did
was
not
your,
know that
what was
this
your
podcast would be
experience
about
like?
this. I really didn't.
This is what
No
we're.
friends.
This is just what we're starting
This
with.
the
We'll-
podcast. We just
we're getting warmed
talk.
up. We're just getting warmed
Yeah.
No,
up.
I don't care. I just didn't
Here
know.
we go.
Yeah, for real.
In jail is something we haven't touched on much in this. in this
No, it is.
podcast.
Oh, there
And it's
you
a
go.
strange thing, man.
One of my
Really is.
cousins was in there, so fucked with
You were
him.
like, what? What's up? Did you know he was in there?
Yeah,
And
did you
just
know?
No, I didn't know. I don't fucking live here. I didn't know anything about jail.
He was
or
like,
anything
watch where
about
you going,
Michigan.
bitch. And you're like, cuz?
What's
up, dude?
I was
I've been
about to
meaning to call.
stab you.
Yeah. How's your mom?
That's why you weren't there at Christmas?
I was about to beat your ass, but you fuck.
No, I actually saw him during a Christmas special that they had going on. So, like, people came
in
in
jail.
and they sang to us
No.
and gave us.
They got Christmas carols?
Yeah, they sang Christmas carols, and they gave us. What did we get? Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wish you a Merry Christmas. We
Yeah.
wish you. You just like me. You get all corny ass.
It's like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to sleep. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'll tell you, man. When you're in jail, Christmas hit different.
Why?
You feel it. You like, man, yeah, Rudolph. You start crying about the red-nosed reindeer. Like,
You were
nobody
in
wanted
jail
to
for
play with.
Christmas?
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
Damn.
My mom was in jail for Christmas one year. It was great.
For real.
Oh yeah.
Why was it great?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh. Yeah. What did we have on Christmas? We had ham. We had Christmas ham.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and because I
Instead
worked
of
in the
bologna,
kitchen,
wow,
I
they
got
really
to get
splurged.
as much ham as I wanted.
For real.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
That's nice of them, I guess.
Yeah. So did I make friends in there? Friends would be a strong word.
Right.
Difficult to make friends in 30 days when you're an adult.
That's big facts.
But
Damn, that is so cold.
well, I mean, it's just true. But there was some good guys in there. There's a lot of good guys in there. There's especially jail and especially minimum security, which is where I was at. A lot of people are in there. I'll throw this percentage out there, which I have no backing for. 90% of people are in there shouldn't be in there and don't deserve to be in there. But so there's a lot of good people in there, and it was like some funny guys, and they wanted to do comedy and stuff like that after they found out I was a comedian. So I talked to those guys about that. And
I've always wanted.
Yeah, I mean, they were
It's
in
fun.
there, and people, you got nothing to do, so all you do is talk. Eventually, you're gonna say something funny.
Right.
Did you guys watch a Christmas movie on Christmas? You know how they
Yeah,
only
we
got that
watched-
bounce channel?
The one with the where he gets his tongue stuck on the pole.
Oh, the Christmas
Story.
Yeah.
They played
Yeah.
that. They played a few.
I got out like 3 days
Nice.
before Christmas,
Oh yeah.
and I was only there for 5 days. But
Oh, that's
I
why
was a
you don't
bitch
know
about the
shit.
whole thing, dude. I could not wait to get out of that bitch. For you saying 30 days wasn't shit, I don't care.
Not that
shit-
it wasn't
Fuck
shit.
that place.
It's
I don't
just
like that.
you know.
I don't like the idea of putting me in a box. Like I hate it. I hate
I was
it.
in
I
that bitch
hate
for
it
like
so
2
much.
hours.
I can't even express it.
See, the thing is, Nick loves leaving.
I love
It's like your
leaving
favorite
places.
thing
Yes.
to do. You love
Thank
leaving. Jail, you
I
can't
didn't
fucking
put it
leave.
together. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You are a leaving ass
He's a
motherfucker. This dude,
leaving.
Yeah, you just did.
No, dude, I mean,
just
when
don't know what
I
happened
just-
to him.
Dude, there's nothing better than getting in your car and popping in that new CD. It's
Oh,
2003.
Sound old as
But yeah, man, it was just
that cassette tape, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it, bro.
it was a lot of time to think and reassess things. If nothing good came from it, that much did. You
Sure.
know, I hadn't gone 30 days without doing comedy since I started, for the most part.
Damn, and you've been over 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so
crazy.
it was 30 days of no comedy, 30 days since I've had a smartphone. I've never gone 30 days without
Damn.
Yeah.
checking my phone or
It's kind of
emails.
yeah.
Haven't
yeah.
gone 30 days without
Cathartic.
jacking off. I haven't.
Oh, you
sin-
didn't do that once?
No.
Nope.
Since I started vaping, I haven't gone 30 days without nicotine. So it was 30 days of nothing but me and my thoughts.
You never
Yeah.
smoked cigarettes?
No, I'm one of the dummies that got hooked on vapes.
It did, but it didn't bother you that much while you were in there, did it? Because you
What?
can't. For me, it did. Like I thought that was my biggest fear because I knew I was going to jail because I'm white and the judge let me go,
Yeah.
and he let me report.
Right.
And when I was like,
No.
I smoked
Tell
like
Ron what happened.
hold on, wait, what?
You showed up to fucking court.
He was about to put me in jail, and I was like, I'm gonna lose my job. Can I just come and report to jail on Sunday? And
They let him leave
they
and,
let me,
come back to
basically,
jail.
yeah. So I smoked like 7 cigarettes outside the jail right before,
Literally.
and like I thought that was gonna be my biggest thing, like not being able to
No.
smoke. But if I know that I can't have a cigarette, like I can't, like I'm
Yeah.
trapped. Like it's the desire isn't there. But if there's a possibility that I can walk to the store, or if I could scrounge
Yeah.
up some change,
Most addictions are mental like that. There's a chemical and physical addiction, obviously, but when you can't, you just
can't.
can't.
Yeah,
And so
you
you don't. It's not like heroin when you get the shakes and stuff. Because there was a detox for heroin addicts in there.
Mhm.
It was R9. They had to stay in R9 until they got rid of the shakes. But nicotine, you just after
Well,
a few
moody.
days you just forget. Like and it's I've looked into it, but stop using nicotine and you get constipated for like 3 days. When you're taking a shit, you're just used to like, and then you don't have, you're like something's missing. After you
Yeah.
finish eating, you're like something's missing.
I literally shit
For
once
sure.
Yeah,
on 5 days,
yeah,
and it was like not even a good shit.
yeah. Now had you been in there for 5 more days, 10 days, your body
Started-
would
got back to normal.
regulated itself.
Damn.
But all that stuff, it wasn't. So now I don't
But
The prison health lesson.
I don't vape as much.
that jail
I'm
baloney.
gonna stop eventually, but yeah, man, I just learned a lot. I learned how to be a criminal. That's why I say jail don't work. I'm gonna start making moonshine now. They made prison wine in there, and it was just
Hell
fascinating.
yeah.
No.
What's
You
your
could
what's
get
your
drunk
mood?
off that
What do you
for
mean?
real?
I didn't drink it because I don't drink it.
Who made prison wine?
What do you mean who? The prisoners. The guards.
Yeah, all right, you're right.
Yeah, the
Don't
warden
ask
came
questions.
down with wine glasses.
There's
like,
no warden in the jail, is there?
I don't fucking
I
know.
don't know. Anyways,
like cheers, everybody.
so they don't give you. They're not dumb enough to give you pure grape juice.
No. You don't need that to
You just take the
make wine.
They make
I
that shit in like the
learned.
toilet,
I
don't
don't
they?
see no
Well,
fruit.
that's prison. They don't do that in jail. At least not in minimum. Not where I was at. All you need is sugar. You don't even need sugar. All you need is well, yeah, sugar, but fruit. So just put
Right.
apples in the little fucking cups they give you, and they would put they call them Kool-Aid packs, but clearly it's not Kool-Aid.
They won't give you a fork to even
They
stir it.
I think it's called Spring Hill or Spring House, some jail shit. And they put that over and with water and just let that bitch sit for like a week, and then they drink it, and then they get drunk.
Yeah.
Get drunk as fuck.
That fermented
the
fruit.
mold.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just but see, I didn't know that. It never crossed my mind how wine or alcohol was made. When I got out, I started looking all that shit up. Man, I can tell you how to make every wine, every liquor, what liquor is. I didn't know that shit before. And now I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Applejack. This is how you make Applejack.
Apple Jacks? Or
Let's hear it.
Applejack. So you get like some
Hold on,
apple
let me get a
juice.
notepad.
You get it's pretty easy. You get apple juice, right? Just pure apple juice, and you put sugar in it. You don't have to, but you put sugar in it. Sugar is just gonna make the alcohol content higher. Put some fucking sugar in it, right? And then you put yeast in it. Champagne yeast is the best yeast, or you use different yeasts or a different type of yeast make it different or whatever. And then you put a contraption on the top. You can have a airlock stopper, or you can put like a balloon on it. Doesn't even matter. Let it ferment or fermentate.
Yeah, some ferment.
Ferment
Ferment.
sounds good.
You let it ferment. Let it ferment. So where
I
we
hope
at?
that's
We're at
right.
apple juice, sugar,
In a balloon.
and yeast. Right? You let it ferment for about a week, and then you freeze it. And then the liquid that's on top, you take it off, and then you freeze it again, and you keep freezing it until it doesn't freeze anymore. And what you have left is what they call Applejack. Now, if you drink it all, you'll probably fucking die, and you'll have the worst hangover ever because it has because of the way that it's been distilled. It has, I don't know if it's ethanol or methanol, but some
Ethanol.
alcohol that will make you go blind. That's why people go blind when they drink moonshine, because they have too much
People
of the
go
bad.
blind when they make moon.
What happened to
If
Ray
you
Charles?
drink the wrong type of or the wrong part of moonshine, so when you distill in alcohol, moonshine,
Damn.
there's three parts of it. There's the, I think it's the head, the body, and the tails. The head is where all like the ethanol is. It's either ethanol or methanol. I forget which
You
one.
learned all this in jail.
Well, my curiosity to learn
You're bored.
Yeah.
was birthed
Yeah.
in jail, and when I got
Yeah.
out, that was the first thing I did when I got my phone. I didn't
He
call anybody.
thought about that shit for 30 days.
Right.
Yeah,
man.
'cause
You know he
that's the
grabbed a
thing.
phone.
There's a liquor store a mile away, but he was like, I'm making Applejack.
Right.
Yeah,
He got 50 missed calls and text messages. He's like, fuck all that. I'm about to see
It's
how
like
to make this.
Kroger's got a cart full of apples
Yeah,
and sugar.
Hell yeah.
you forget. You forget how much you use Google. Well, at least if you're a person like me and you like looking stuff up. Like that was the thing that,
Yeah.
like, if I had Google, not even YouTube or the internet or
Yeah.
Facebook or Instagram, if I could just Google things,
Yeah.
then jail would have been. It would have just been a retreat.
Yeah.
Right.
If I had Google. So when I got out, I looked that up. But yeah, and when you make moonshine, if you drink the head, which is the beginning when it's first started, you'll go blind. You'll
Really?
fucking die. Yeah. So anywho,
Yeah.
that's that. Also, if you buy like some regular wine and you distill it, that's what brandy is. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
It's brandy, and then you
Distilled wine.
How do you make cognac?
We're learning so
Cognac
much.
is brandy that's made from cognac grapes specifically.
Oh, so cognac is a specific type of grape.
Right. It's
Hell
like
yeah.
Scotch
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just whiskey that's made in where's that place called? Is it Scotland? Or
Oh wait,
maybe.
Scotch? Yeah.
Scotch
Technically,
is made
yes.
in
it's made
Scotland.
somewhere specific, so
Yep.
it's just whiskey, and then like whiskey
Technically, like
with
bourbon is only made in Tennessee or some shit too.
Oh,
Or I'm thinking,
They got Kentucky
I think
bourbon
so.
and shit.
Something like
I'm thinking of like I don't know if that's the right one, but like yeah, technically cognac is only from Cognac
whatever.
France or whatever.
Something weird like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, man, I learned how to be a criminal. I learned about learned about
Bring it
the
all
dark
back.
web and using these made up social security numbers and how to get like
IP address or whatever.
yeah, I learned about that. I got to hook up on
Shit.
that
Brad
now.
Mercer.
Yeah. Don't say
There
it.
Did you get on that bitch when you
No, I'm not gonna go to jail and become a criminal. That's what they want.
Right.
They wanted me to learn how to become like I know about swiping
Mm-hmm.
credit cards. I know about how to sell crack,
damn.
where to get heroin from, why you should cut things with fentanyl. I learned a lot.
So
of
you did make
crime.
friends.
Right. He made mentors in that bitch.
Yeah,
Holy
man. You
shit.
learned you something, didn't you?
Damn, bro.
What are you gonna call your moonshine brand? You think?
I don't know. I didn't think about it. I didn't think that far. I gotta make a still first. I would buy one, but I like to. I make stuff a lot, so I'm gonna make a still, and I'm gonna make some fucking
This
moonshine.
nigga really about to
man.
come out with
Hell
moonshine
yeah.
once his
I'm not gonna sell. I just want to make it and just have it,
Yeah.
and it'll be how I break my sobriety. I don't think I'm gonna drink until I get like $100,000, which I don't have right now.
It's like Diddy got Ciroc and Ron Taylor got fucking
Moonshine.
Moonshine. Just call it
and
moonshine.
Applejack.
Like, you know that
Hell yeah.
pistachio company that's just called Pistachio?
Oh man, I wonder
That
how
shit
they
blew
get
my
that.
mind.
Yeah.
Like, how you just gonna name it? Like, imagine
Yeah,
a
man.
banana company just called Bananas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Chiquita. But yeah, that's that was jail. But
That was-
prior to that, life has been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure,
Yes.
man.
We don't want to talk
Yes.
about that. Let's go back to the jail.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck it. I don't care.
Jail's so interesting. to
Jail
me.
is-
And I got
Weird
I
concept.
went to jail for drinking and driving, and I got that from coming back and doing the Motor City Comedy Festival, which I'll never do again.
No shit.
I'll never do that again. I'll never do a festival again, and I'm
Bro.
probably not coming back to Detroit again after I fucking leave.
Mm.
No, that's
Damn.
not true. That's not true.
I was gonna say, said fuck all his family
Well,
members. I'm out.
Glad we caught you.
It
for
wasn't
the
Detroit's
episode.
fault, man.
Yeah.
The last thing he's doing is the Ride Along podcast. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Thank you,
Came
and good
back.
night.
It was
Did you
fucking
try not to
crazy.
blow at first, or were you
No.
just like, fuck it, I know?
No,
You didn't
It wasn't
try
my.
nothing?
It wasn't my first rodeo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was. As a matter of fact, I said they was asking me all these questions. I'm like, "Where's the breathalyzer? Let's." Because I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
maybe I'll pass. In which case, I was like, "Suck my dick. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Did not pass.
My boy told me never to blow into the breathalyzer. Just go to jail.
It doesn't
They can
matter.
take your blood.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Then they
matter.
take your blood. They're
But-
gonna test you no matter what.
And also, like, if
But you got time to
I've-
sober up in that point.
yeah,
That's true,
I've had
but,
to do the
you know.
the field test, you know, where they do all the shit and they ask you to do the alphabet backwards. I'm like, bitch,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that sober.
Right.
So, and then
They
like
do that.
you can do it perfectly fine, which I did, and they still make you breathalyze.
Yeah. So all of it is just a bunch of hullabaloo. But
Hullabaloo.
yeah, it was a lot of. It cost a lot of money when I got here.
It's so expensive.
for the
man.
whatever month that was, I spent about $30,000 in a month. So, yeah,
Damn.
I'm poor now. That's why I'm still here
Whew.
to do these shows and get this fucking money.
Yeah.
Check out the Ringer on Comedy Central.
Yeah,
We need,
exactly. He
Right.
need them ratings, motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was fun going through that money. I spent a lot at the casino, a lot on lawyers, bought a lot of drinks.
Damn, you got a
It was
lawyer.
fun.
Man, didn't even pay off.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Damn.
But
You
yeah,
re-
that was that.
You
Yeah.
realize like, damn, I actually kind of got money for shit. You
Yeah.
know, once you got to actually start paying for stuff.
That wasn't normal. That
Mm.
was the most money I had, and I got it. It was one check, and I blew through it in a month. That's what it was. It was a. I felt
Yeah.
like I was like, yeah, shit is great now, and it was like, no, this is just money to teach you a lesson. That's what the universe said. It's
Mhm.
like,
Controlled rock bottom.
Yeah.
because if you can't handle a couple thousand, how you gonna handle millions?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all that was, and I learned that lesson. Now I'm clean and sober and
Learned it
Yeah.
early too.
doing
That's
these-
good.
How you like
singing
being
these
sober,
jokes.
man? It's boring. This
No,
shit
it's
trash.
normal.
Yeah.
It's normal. You asked me that yesterday, didn't you?
Probably feels great. No,
Yeah.
I didn't ask you.
Oh,
that.
somebody else did.
Did you start after you got out of jail?
Did I what?
You started after you got out of jail? Or,
No, this is the thing. This is what's what's the word? Ironic, I guess. Ironic
Mhm.
about the whole situation. I got arrested. I think it was September 28th.
Mm.
I did sober October last year. Well, 2018. It was my plan to do. I was going to do sober October 2019.
Yeah.
Three
made
days
it.
before is when
Yeah.
when I was going hard,
Yeah.
preparing for it, is when I got fucked
Right.
over.
Yeah,
Officer,
yeah.
I was just about to.
Right.
You
So-
said it was during Motor City, right?
Right.
Comedy Festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I I got fucked over, 2 days prior. So I was on my way out of drinking anyway, because it was getting
Yeah.
to a point where I was just tired all the time. Like, you know, I've drank all the drinks. I've done all the things there are to do while drinking, and I never really drank because I just liked drinking. It's fun, you know, just like jerking off is fun. But I just did it because I was there. I was just at places. You know, I'm a comedian. I get paid in drink tickets.
Yeah.
2 drinks and a meal. So what I'm gonna do? Not get what I'm paid?
Right.
For
Can I
real.
trade these in for some?
And it makes staying at open mics tolerable.
Oh, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Open mics are pretty fucking brutal when you're not drinking.
Especially when you're in, like, new or different places, dude. And it's just like, I don't want to not be social sometimes, you know? Like, sometimes, like, I want to, like, hang out with people, but if you sober, you realize, like, I don't really need to be around these motherfuckers.
Talking
like
to the crazies is very difficult but you realize you don't have to talk to everybody.
You don't.
I did that part of my comedy career already, I believe. All of the hanging I was supposed to do so I could meet everybody, even the crazies. I did that. And now
It's fun, wasn't it?
yeah, of course. But
I'm
now
in
when
the
I
midst
go
of
to
it, baby.
now when I go to the clubs, I do my spot, I shake a couple
Drink
of
a
hands
water.
and I leave.
Yeah.
So would you say that you've been like drinking like during your entire like 10 plus career now?
No.
Did you take breaks and stuff? Okay.
I started comedy at 18. I didn't drink until I was 21.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and then even then, I didn't start drinking heavy until I went to Los Angeles, and not even Los Angeles when I started working at the Comedy Store in particular,
Right.
because the drinks flow there.
Yeah.
Fucking flow. It's a
For
drinking culture.
Yeah.
And that's when I started drinking heavy. I didn't have a drink until my drink until I started working at the Comedy Store. That's when I was like, oh, Jameson's my
You
drink.
didn't have a drink.
Meaning, no, like my personal drink.
Ah,
Jameson became my drink.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And then when I was trying to slim down, Grey Goose was my drink.
Ah,
I didn't before. It was just like, yeah, whatever you think's good.
yeah.
And then I became a drinker.
You drank before you were 21, though.
once,
Okay.
one time when I was 19.
You really are a nerd.
Yes, yeah. I'm not super big with about just not having my faculties.
For real.
That's why I can't smoke weed. But if I'm gonna, but drinking kind of just loosens the seal. For
Yeah.
me, weed just obliterates the container.
What about cocaine?
Yeah.
You ever mess with that?
I have not, only
Really?
because of how weed affected me.
Yeah.
Wait,
If
It's not- it's
I
not the-
had
It's the worst drug.
yeah.
It's the
cocaine?
worst. Yeah.
It's
it is
not-
not the worst.
It
drug.
seems-
Yeah, no, I
No,
agree.
it's
I agree.
not
That
the
shit sucks.
It sucks.
It's not the worst.
Adderall over cocaine.
Adderall's
every
better than
goddamn day.
cocaine,
Oh,
but
fuck that
cocaine is
shit.
not the.
Cocaine makes my palms sweat for no reason. My
Cocaine
sides
is
of
a-
my arms.
Cocaine is a drug where it's like, it's a
Why
good
my forearms
idea.
sweating?
Like it's a good idea until you come down
That's so
from it.
funny.
I
For
think
real.
I
Yeah.
love cocaine. I think
Cocaine
I would.
is a
You think
reason
so?
why everyone does that shit, dog. It's like it's a reason because when you own that bitch, like you feel like fucking Jesus, bro.
Dancing.
Like for real. Like it's like you just
Yeah.
feel like it's a like Donald Trump just did a bump right now, son. It's because you just feel like you can do anything, son, once you get on that shit. And
Yeah, no
like
shit.
it's not the worst drug, but it does suck when you coming down from that shit and how expensive
Well,
it
it
is
treats
for how
certain
little.
people react to it that way, where they feel like the greatest.
Yeah,
like-
everyone's different.
And I know what you mean by like how feeling really confident or whatever. Like when you're in it, like
Yeah.
you feel almost like you forget that you're insecure in a way.
Yeah.
But also, cocaine gives me some kind of like really like deep anxiety or some shit like that I don't have usually.
Yeah.
It just gives me some type of like it
Yeah,
makes me
same.
feel on edge, and I don't like it at all.
Because see, cocaine, like the worst thing about it for me, literally, is the come down. Because then you just get depressed. You start
Yeah.
fucking like,
It's crazy.
like I'm ready to
I
fucking
need some more cocaine.
quit every. Yeah, exactly. And that's why people just keep fucking doing it because it's literally such hot and cold. Like
Yeah.
when you. It's like I saw the greatest comparison. It was like it's like Bruno Mars and The Weeknd, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
What? Wait,
swear to God, I saw this shit. It was like when you do cocaine, it's like 24 karat magic. It's like happy as hell. And then The Weeknd is like this depressing. That's the come
I'm a
down
motherfucking summer.
for real. But
That
that's
is so accurate, though.
but it's for real because when you coming down, and then that's why everybody just I got to do another bump. I got to keep going. Let's
Yeah.
get some more. And that shit expensive as hell. So now you broke when you done doing that shit. So not only are you depressed, I just spent $400 on fucking.
Right.
I just
I
put
wouldn't have
$400 up my nose pretty
Yeah.
much.
I wouldn't have to pay for it out there.
Oh yeah, see,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, that's why I didn't do it because weed. I smoked it.
I don't like weed either.
You don't like weed at all?
A few times, and there was this one particular time I smoked something called Girl Scout cookie when I was out here. And long story short, I had what people described to me as a psychedelic trip, and I was like, well, that was just way too intense. And if
When did I
that's
get an
weed,
afro?
if weed will do that,
Yeah.
then all the other what they proclaim to be harder drugs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what the fuck.
So you never done acid or shrooms?
No,
Okay.
I might do shrooms
Yeah.
just because people, they say that it's just so great and beautiful, and it's it's like nature, and you get in tune with the earth. But that's what happened to me with that weed. Only I couldn't see.
For real?
My vision cut out, and I lived my life cycle
Damn.
over 8
You
times.
lost your glasses?
And I lived my life cycle over 8 times.
Yeah. I counted.
I turned into a cat. And shit got weird.
I lived my life cycle over 8 times. I realized that I was everybody, and everybody was me, and I understood.
Where's the problem? I don't get it yet.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well,
good. So
hear me out.
okay.
I
My
went.
bad.
I went through the entire emotional spectrum. Like Wheel of Fortune, and they go. So every one of those ticks was a different
Like by a
emotion, and I
vowel.
went through every emotion mentally and what felt like physically
Yeah.
at the very speed that Wheel of Fortune would go. So it was like happy, sad, mad, and
Damn.
Landed on bankrupt.
yeah, and
All
was
that
getting
off
arrested.
some weed, huh?
yeah, and then I told somebody that,
That's
and it was
crazy.
like 8 sideways is infinity, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, because I lived my life cycle over 8 times.
Oh.
And then I realized that the Big Bang, if it existed in any form, that was just the heartbeat of existence. It blows up and then contracts again and blows up, and it was just like
Slow down. That's deep.
That
Right.
is
Not
deep
even
as
high.
fuck.
That's crazy.
From
Like
some
the Big
fucking
Bang
weed.
was the first one heartbeat,
it's
and then when we all
it's a
die, that's the
heartbeat.
end of one heartbeat.
So when your heart it
I don't like that.
expands and contracts, right? So we're just on because they say the universe is still expanding right now.
yeah.
So if it is expanding, then at some point it's gonna contract again,
Exactly.
and then the Big Bang, and it's just like because we're just such
yeah, dude.
small minute things.
I think
it's
I'm
just-
just gonna stop smoking weed now.
it was
'cause of that.
fucking intense.
Yeah.
Too much. So if I got that from somebody said the weed was probably laced, but my brother
Probably,
smoked it
yeah.
and he was like,
And he was
"What the shit?"
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
no cocaine for me because I'm scared that it would be even more.
Cocaine
intense
ain't gonna
than
make
that.
you think that different.
Everybody
Yeah,
says
it
that,
ain't
but
gonna
I
make-
have no
Yeah.
desire to try it because of that fear. I think it's a good fear.
You're better
No.
off without it, man.
No,
Telling
yeah. If you did cocaine, you're too good of a comic to like you'd get too cocky or some shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd try heroin, but I don't.
What?
I don't
Well,
Alright.
You
that's,
more of a downer guy,
That's
huh?
quite a
Alright.
jump.
Yeah.
yeah. Because I don't think that you would have those crazy mental expansive
No,
thoughts.
you'd be sleeping.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be,
Right.
yeah,
I'm
you'd
down
be
for
Up in
sleeping.
your
sleep.
mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Right.
down for sleep, but I don't want to. I don't want to snort heroin.
Yeah.
I would do it intravenously, but I don't.
What's
I'm
that
doing
mean?
it
Yeah.
through your, in your veins.
Okay.
That's why they use the needles
But I'm
and
not
shit.
getting ready. You do that. You
Yeah.
you made a decision.
It's
a
over
decision.
with,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, dude,
You can't just find needles like that.
No,
you
and
know?
you
You gotta
Right.
go out
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
that bitch.
there's-
You gotta
that's a-
get
that's a
rubber
process.
band. Yeah, that is a process. Like,
It's a commitment.
You
Nobody
really
ever
want that
did
shit.
coke or heroin on accident.
Yeah.
Right.
That way.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you don't just go to a party and some girl's like, "Let me tie you off." It's like, bitch, what?
Let me tie you up. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, "Why are you tying me up by my fucking triceps? What's going
Yeah.
on?"
This I probably shouldn't say this because I might run for mayor one day, but who
Yeah.
cares? But I tell you what
This
is
nigga-
what is pretty exciting. I mean, it's not good. I don't think. Who knows? Whatever. Who am I to judge? Maybe cocaine's great. It's just illegal. Anyway, seeing girls do cocaine is very exciting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Seeing girls snort and then they get naked and stuff, and you're just like, I'm in the fucking house, man.
When-
This is the place to be.
If you're not on cocaine and the girls are, that is gonna be the easiest pussy you ever got in your life.
Oh, for sure.
And they're all just fucking happy and
Yeah.
out in LA, all the girls do drugs, and I love it. I think it's fucking hot.
God damn.
And they do Molly and stuff. And like, I get all these drugs for free, so people just give them to me because I don't do them, and they want to see me fucked up. And I never do them. I just put them in my pocket and put them in my drug bag. I have a drug bag at home. So I've
Smart
got, like,
man.
acid in there, shrooms in there, Molly and stuff.
Yeah, see, I don't know why Bill Cosby was using fucking Quaaludes, because it's like all you got to do is get some bitches off cocaine,
Yeah.
bro, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fucking exciting. And girls just they get so happy.
Sober predator.
Fucking nipples get all erect, and you're like, look
Yeah.
at this little fucking junkie.
That shit make you so horny, dog, but it just
Yeah.
make your fucking dick not work.
It's God's
Oh,
trick.
yeah, I
God
heard.
did that. God
Right.
did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't do drugs
Nah, do them shits for real.
or do them
Weed,
responsibly.
like,
I don't know.
So, like, you like drinking, but you didn't like. You like the effects of drinking, but you didn't like the effects of weed. Correct.
Well, here's the thing. After that Girl Scout cookie experience, I was like, oh, I don't want to fuck with weed. But then somebody
Yeah.
was like, you got to get past it. I'm like, all right, I'll break through. Every time after that, it just was not enjoyable. Did you see Get Out?
Yeah.
Remember when he was in the sunken place?
Yeah.
That's what weed feels like to me. It's like I'm just
Damn.
watching my life through this little bitty screen as I'm sinking, like hopelessly in this abyss of blackness. And it's just like not fun. Some people love that. They feel like they're not in control. But it's like it's one thing to not be in control. It's another thing to like be a passenger in your own life. It's
Ooh,
just
that's-
not.
yeah, that's
It's just
crazy.
not
Whoa,
fun.
that's deep.
And then the
I-
main thing that weed does for me is it makes me super analytical to the point where I can't shut it off.
Yeah, it's good.
So
thing.
that's good.
I don't like that
It's a good
shit.
thing.
I don't like
It's good.
second guessing everything that I'm doing. You know what I mean?
We're
Like,
Yeah.
alive. We're living beings that can if I want to, I can move my hand because my fucking brain tells me to. And like when you get high, you can respect everything.
What you just said
Was the highest
Is-
thing you've ever heard?
is what I feel, but it's times 10. So it'll be like
Too
oh my-
much.
It'll be
Okay.
like, oh my god, I can move my hand. I just closed my hand. Oh my
the
hand.
point where it
hands are
scares
weird.
you.
Oh my god, he just cut me off. That's weird that he just cut me off. I just pointed at him.
My
Now he's
bad.
laughing. Now he just pinning it over. Now he just laughing. And she's looking at me. She just down in her head. She's got a green microphone. I wonder why her microphone's green. Oh my god, mine is blue. Why is it blue? Blue's the color of the sky.
But you
Sky's
can't
blue.
turn
Oh,
it
now he
off.
just cut me off again. He just
Again.
wagged his finger. Everything that happens,
You just think
is-
hyper thinking.
everything that happens,
Yeah.
I'm aware of nonstop.
Mhm.
There's
Good.
no
It's
room for
good
me
for
to
you
make a
sometimes.
thought.
Dude.
I'm only at
I-
effect. So I'm not
Yeah.
now. I'm not affecting the world.
Mm,
I'm just at effect of the world.
exactly.
What the fuck? Then why am I here if I'm just gonna be an at effect? I don't want that shit. It's
Because
not fun.
sometimes you got to sit back, I think, and just let the world affect you.
No.
Look at a tree and be like, holy shit, that's a tree.
I don't think
You
you,
see
need
how
to
slow
do that.
you just said that?
Yeah.
My brain don't work that slow when I'm
Yeah.
high.
No,
It's
too much.
It's
you
like
can't turn
the
it
rapper Twister.
Off. Twister. He said Twister.
Yeah, it's just like until I'm not high anymore.
You guys know the rapper Twister?
I'm in the back of the bed.
I can make you a celebrity overnight.
I will say this though: the first time I smoked weed, it was everything anybody ever talked about. It
Yeah.
was the my only regret when I first smoked weed is that I was, for some reason, the weed made me embarrassed to laugh. So I smoked it.
Whoa.
Now it is my first time smoking weed. I don't even know what to expect. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like 19 or something. And I'm just, I was like, I smoke it. I don't know when it's going to kick in. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. I don't know the difference. All I know is I smoked it. I'm like, I'm not fucking high. And then all of a sudden, I just started giggling. And but for some reason, I was like, I can't let these motherfuckers know I'm about to laugh. So I got up, went to the bathroom, and washed my face, and just like silent laughed, stared at myself in the mirror. Then I got out.
High as hell.
I got out, and somebody was playing music on the computer, and I kept reaching my hand over to touch something. But as I reached my hand over, I heard this noise, and I was like, I can affect the electricity that's going on in this fucking computer. I found out it was just the sound of my jacket as my hand was extending.
Dumbest shit.
But I thought every time I moved my hand, I was affecting electricity.
This motherfucker thought he was Goku with that bitch.
Yeah, man. Thought I was Black Lightning in that motherfucker.
So funny.
And
Holy
then
shit.
they was playing playing
Damn.
Wiz Khalifa. And I was swimming in that fucking music. I was like, this motherfucker is God.
Yeah,
God
dog.
is working through Wiz Khalifa. The beats was like, I was the beat and the beat was me. I was like, this is my soul that's being played right now.
Right.
Have you ever heard your soul talk to you? That's what it felt like my first time. And then I
Damn.
went to my buddy, shout out to CP. I was with him, and then we went to Coney Island, and I forgot to put my seatbelt on. So when I got to go out of the car, I put my seatbelt on because I didn't do it initially. So I put my seatbelt on and opened the door. I couldn't get out. I closed the door, took my seatbelt off, couldn't get out because I hadn't opened the door. I did that like 4 times before I realized, okay, take the seatbelt off, open the door, then get out.
Just get up. Oh shit!
Right.
Let me close the door back.
Right.
And then you just sat there because you thought somebody was watching you.
Right. No, I wasn't paranoid. There was no paranoia. Then I went in and I ordered some food. No. I asked. I said, "What's the soup of the day?" And the lady said, "Soup of the day, chicken noodle soup." I said, "Okay. So what's the soup of the day? Soup of the day, chicken noodle soup." Okay, I understand the chicken noodle soup. Now, what's the soup of the day?
Yeah.
Soup of the day, chicken noodles. She was saying that the soup of the day was chicken noodle soup, but I thought that there was 2 soups, chicken noodle and the soup of the day. Anyway,
Yeah, that should never be the soup of the day, though. To be fair.
That's
Exactly.
fair,
Yeah.
so that happened, and then I ordered a bunch of food, and when I tell you, it was like I was just a torso with no guts. I would eat the food, and it was like, where did it go? I don't feel it. I don't
Just
feel
a
the food in my stomach. And I
Just a fucking sack.
I ordered
The ghost in Casper.
Yeah, right. It's just a fucking
I ordered
trash bag.
everything, and I ate everything. So that was the munchies.
But don't
Right.
you think that's a beautiful thing that you can listen to Wiz and think he's a god?
It never happened again. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh.
That time I smoked is the only time I ever felt like that. Every other time, it was just my brain being super analytical. Somebody told me when I expressed that to somebody, they said, it's probably because when you were smoking, you had no, or the first time you had no, because I was 19, I didn't have no thoughts, no worries. I didn't feel like I needed to be in control of anything. I wasn't trying to
Right.
control anything. I was just a human being that existed.
Right.
Now when I get high, I'm a fucking grown up with
Yeah.
issues
Yeah.
and thinking about. I wasn't even fucking at 19 like that. I think I had put a gummy worm limp dick in a girl maybe like 4 times. That was the extent of my fuck career at 19. So I wasn't thinking about STDs, babies. I was still on my mom's insurance.
Right.
Everything was wonderful. Now it's like, man, I got this meeting to go to, this deadline. I gotta make every time this bitch called me, I got to wonder is she calling me about a baby or fucking AIDS? This bill is due. I gotta pay this lawyer off. I gotta write these jokes. These people want this script. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Damn.
I got to get to the point where I'm comfortable again in life to
Yeah.
enjoy weed. Probably.
That's how I feel
I
about
think so,
acid.
too.
Like when I used to love acid and like shrooms and shit like that.
Mhm.
I haven't touched it since like some shit went down in my life and like
Yeah.
I'm too afraid it's gonna come
Yeah.
up.
Might do IB game or something like that.
Huh?
What?
EB game.
What is that?
EB games.
EB game, IB game. It's some shit. Some
GameStop.
super psychedelic.
Ah.
Some shit Joe Rogan talks about. Who knows?
Ayahuasca.
Is it like
And
DMT
ayahuasca. It's
or
like that.
like?
It's like that as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
All those other things maybe, but it's like
Right.
Dude, you think weed does it for you?
That's
you
the
gotta
thing.
take some acid. I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
know, man.
Would you ever do one of those like floating pods, where you're like floating salt water?
Oh.
Deprivation tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Somebody here has one. I should shout him out. Josh Adams, he knows.
I was gonna say, yeah. I
he
thought
did
he was somebody who was into that shit.
Yeah, Josh.
I feel like I would do that over, cause I'm the same way. Like I've lived some life, so I'm
Mhm.
scared. 'Cause
Yeah.
I used to love shrooms growing
Yeah.
up and shit. You know.
Then some shit happened and
Yeah.
now you're like, I don't want that to
Just
pop
like
up.
Ron's saying, man.
What's the
Like now you
difference-
got this and that to worry about.
What's the difference between laying in that and just laying in a dark room on a bed?
Because, all right, one, you feel
It
weightless.
desensitizes your entire, like you don't have any senses anymore.
There's no sound at all.
Yeah,
There's no sound when I go to bed either.
Not to do
There
shrooms
is.
and getting that'd be some shit.
that would be
Yes.
some
You
shit.
might see God.
Right.
For real.
And he just come out like, what's happening? You're like, oh shit.
Like, damn, you are just a regular motherfucker.
What's up, God? Hey, how's it going?
I knew it was Morgan
Bart
Freeman.
Dangus, what are you doing here?
Bart Dangus.
He didn't even have a deep voice, just God with a regular voice.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, man? Fuck up,
Yeah,
y'all.
right.
voice.
That's how you sound?
It's like, yo, let me talk to Jesus.
Yeah,
What's up?
so,
Right.
yeah. Who your supervisor, guys? Shit, you don't sound like the boss no more. For real.
But yeah, I'd do that at some point. But right now, all I do is I'm just trying to get my career going.
For real.
You
That's
know,
what's
course.
up, bro.
Actually take control of my career as opposed to just, I've been allowing, and it's been good. It's every stage of your life serves a purpose. For the
Yeah.
last 10 years,
Mhm.
I've been allowing my talent to just take me wherever I was going to go.
Mhm.
And,
Hell yeah.
I've pushed some things, some places, and I've done some things, but now it's like, okay, now I'm going to drive my career. instead of just letting my talent. I'm gonna drive my talent instead of letting my talent drive me. You know, so
meaning
that's
like
right now.
meaning like what, like posting shit, or like trying to get
All of
certain
that.
shows,
Meaning
or like
just
trying
anything. As opposed to simply going on stage making people laugh and then somebody booking me somewhere else
Right,
because they saw
exactly.
me
Yeah,
and make
so-
them laugh, or waiting till my managers or agent throw me some work and fucking you know, do that instead of that. Now it's okay. What am I going to do because I decided it's going to happen? Yeah. That's where I'm at right now.
Damn.
It's 7:00. I gotta blow in a machine. Anybody ever blew into a breathalyzer?
Shit.
On a
I have
That's what you meant?
the first, not on a podcast, but the first car I ever drove was my mom's, and it had you had to breathe into a breathalyzer in order to start the car.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the car they gave me.
Was there a camera on it? How does that work? Like, can you not
No
blow into it?
camera.
So
No.
how many times did she ask you to blow into it?
So
Johanna,
many-
wake up!
How do they
So
know
many
that
times.
it's
For real?
And then they had me
It's a
drive that
camera
car
on
for
it.
6 months before they
There is a
surprised me with
camera
a
on
Jeep
it.
Liberty.
Oh my God, I'm picturing little 13-year-old Johanna
Bro.
coming down. I'm sleeping, Mom. What? And she's blowing her car. Have a good day at work, Mom.
All right, here we go. The first blow on the podcast. Hopefully, they can see me.
God damn. This reminds me of what.
That is some high tech shit right there.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Face not detected.
You need to get under
Oh,
the light.
so they do have a face detector now.
Yeah. See?
Damn.
Oh, it's preparing.
That's fucking.
I wonder
Don't
if-
drink, people, or you'll go through this shit.
That's the funniest shit.
It literally looks like a miniature robot with his dick out.
Yeah,
And
right.
you-
It's like a cell phone with a dick.
A miniature robot with a fat dick.
I
right.
passed, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Free another day.
So-
Or until 7:00.
Is there just a
a.m.
facial recognition thing on that machine, or is your PO officer gonna see a footage of like you with like a fisheye, like with your face, like?
No, it's a camera. I don't know what the fuck they see. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. I'm blowing this thing naked. They say you're not supposed to do that, but I'm like, suck my dick.
Dude, there's a
Hell
way
yeah.
around that. Let me tell you right now. This is what you do. If you ever were to fuck up and get drunk, this is what you do. You put your face up to it, and you get a little hose down there, and you have EJ or somebody who's sober blow it, and you're just like,
That's actually real smart.
I'm
Kinda.
sure you could.
Yeah.
You know what? That is true. There are workarounds
You looked it up?
for this. I mean, I have to blow twice a day, so I have
not
a
bad.
window.
Random?
No, between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Huh.
So virtually, I could
Start drinking right now?
Right,
just kidding.
exactly, and then not blow again until
Sure.
Instead of doing it at 7, I take it all the way until 9 a.m. or 8:50 a.m. And have 2 beers, and I would be good by then.
Very much.
But one, you
Not
can
worth
fuck
it.
up.
Yeah.
2, I truly am done drinking. Like I said, ironically, I got fucked over. I was going to stop drinking anyway because
Right,
That seems
right.
pretty convenient to.
that's
I
how
don't
life
know.
works.
I'm not saying I
Only-
don't know you like that, but
Damn.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
I was
but-
gonna stop
Well,
drinking,
here's the
but,
thing. I won't lie to you. The only thing is that I have not drank since this whole situation, because I said so. But it's not like I can't do it. Like I said, I
Sure.
did sober October last year. I don't have a problem not drinking.
Yeah.
I just drank problematically.
Ooh.
You can't drink and
Bars.
just do whatever.
Sure.
You know, so at this point, I just need the hours in my day. It wasn't even the being drunk that was an issue. It was that there's other things that have to take place, and I want those things more than the buzz. If life was great, I'd probably be a fucking alcoholic. It wouldn't give a shit. But I just can't. It can't be like, let's say 7 p.m. in the day or in the evening. I could just be drunk. I've got things to do. I got to be sharp. I've got something to write. You ever tried to write a script drunk? It's not easy.
Yeah.
And writing's already difficult for me. Well, it's hard. It's hard for
Yeah.
anybody. It's already hard.
Yeah.
So I can't make it harder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'll drink and then I'll get up at 12 because I can. Well, I can't get up at 12 anymore. I got to get up and I got to do my van show. I got to shoot an Instagram video. I've got to edit this stuff. And then I got a meeting to go to. I got to go sit down and meet with whoever, some network. And I got to talk to them. and then I gotta figure out my plane ticket and situate because I still have to do that stuff myself, so I can go do a gig, and then I gotta now I'm doing this TV show. I gotta figure out what jokes I haven't done on TV yet. So I gotta figure those out. If I don't, if all of my good stuff has been burned on TV already, okay, now I gotta look in my jokes that I'm doing now, figure out which ones I can tighten up to put on.
Yeah.
Just don't have the time to be drunk anymore. I'm fucking 28 years old. If I don't do it now, when am I do it? Right. Everybody say, well, you can get on when you're 50. I want to get on now.
Yeah.
I want to be able to fuck all these bitches in my 30s. When I'm 50, how much am I going to want to fuck?
These cocaine bitches. Yeah.
So I'm trying to do what I can do to get on right now, and drinking takes away from it. Drinking should be celebratory or to relax. I've been relaxing and celebrating nothing for 10 years. Mm-hmm. Let me do something first. That's why I say when I get $100,000, then I'll drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long you been in LA?
2014.
And you went right out there and was like, I'm going to live in the van first, or did you live out there and then you got in the van?
Okay. How much time we got? It's a long story. I'll make it short.
We got to whenever for real.
Okay.
But.
Well, long story short, I was here in Detroit, and Josh Adams was going to New York to do Live at the Apollo. I just rode out there with him. It was hot, so I didn't want to stay in the car. So I went in there. But you could only go in there if you was auditioning. But you had to sign up in advance to audition. So I went in there, and it was like, hey, what are you doing in here? Are you auditioning? And I was like, yeah. Yes, I'm auditioning. So I just kept lying, and then I got upstairs, and I hadn't signed no paper or nothing. They just like, all right, you're next. And I just went in there and just did jokes.
Crazy.
Damn.
Right. And then I got the show from just auditioning on a humbug. And I got
Did Josh get it too?
He did get it.
Okay, if he didn't, he'd
would
have
be
been like,
Yeah.
hey.
Right. Yeah, right. I work real hard.
That's fucked up.
We both got the show. I went on the show and won $1,000. Josh won $1,000 as well. Took that $1,000, did some other gig in Kalamazoo or something like that, Saginaw, Kalamazoo. I had $2,000. I bought the van. I always wanted a van so I could live out of it or live in it if I wanted. Right. In my mind, it was like, why would I get a vehicle that I can't sleep in? Why would I get a car that just has a trunk? I'm a weird dude. Anyway, so I did that, bought the van, and I was going to the Seattle competition, Seattle something in Seattle. I spun out on the road, was in a ditch for 9 hours. It was snowing. I was stuck. By the time I got out, I had fucked over so much time being stuck, I wasn't going to make it there in time. And I was just scared to keep driving. So I was like, fuck this. I got to get away from this snow. So I started going down because I was in not Wyoming, I was in one of the Dakotas. South.
You mean south?
One of them. One of the
down?
Dakotas.
When you said down, I started going
I
down.
just had to get out of the snow. I just know that when you go down south, it don't snow.
Okay. I just want to make sure you meant south by when you said down. Okay.
I was like, I need to go down from the snow.
Gotcha.
Wherever I was at, I need to go south.
Word.
So I went. I just went to L.A. I drove to L.A., hung out there for a little bit, for maybe like 2 weeks, and then I drove back to Detroit. And then I was like, I'm about to go live out in L.A. Because when I drove to L.A., I stayed in my van. Mm-hmm. So I drove back here, finished up some business, and then I drove back to L.A. So I bought the van with the intention to live in it, but I never needed to live in it. So it's not like I fell on hard terms and then ended up living it out of my car. I bought the vehicle with the intention to live in it if I wanted or if need be. I ended up doing it because I wanted to. So I became the van guy out in L.A. I was a van guy. And then I did Kill Tony podcast. And Moshe Kasher was one of the judges or something. I didn't even know what the fuck Kill Tony was. I was asleep in the...
You did the 90 seconds or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Jeremiah Watkins, he was just here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is when Kill Tony was still a small podcast. Matter of fact, they did it in the belly room, which is like 80... He ain't supposed to put 80 people up there. But it's like 70, 80 seater. Yeah. Now they do it in the main room, and they pack it out all the time, and you can put like 400 people in there. But this was when it was still upstairs. And I was asleep in the belly room somewhere, and I just heard them call my name. I went up there, did my 60 seconds, and I kept trying to leave the stage because I didn't know that they interviewed you.
Yeah.
I thought they would just ask me questions because I was just that interesting. So when they would say something, I was like, I kind of like walked, and they was like, wait. I didn't understand that they interviewed everybody.
He's like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. All right, y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
Peace.
So I was doing my jokes about living in my van, and Moshe Kasher was like, hey, man, you're very funny. I don't want to see you move back to Detroit because you don't have a job or you don't have money. Would you like a job? I'm thinking he talking about like a writing job or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm the shit. I came here, did 60 seconds. Now I'm about to get a writing job. Y'all suck my dick, man. He gave me a donut job. And his buddy was opening up a donut shop, a vegan donut shop.
Are you for real?
Yeah. So,
God, you texted your friends like, fuck you, I'm not coming back.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Just kidding.
Motion Cash about to put me on,
Yeah.
bro.
Right.
But I started working at the donut shop. That was a cool enough job. They fired me because I was black. Was what it was. And then
They fired your ass because you was stealing, motherfucker.
no,
Just-
fuck, I'm
Same
steal
thing.
from a donut shop. But no, they fired me because I was
sorry.
black. I don't even think they fired me from racism. It was just like, you're black as fuck. You don't fit in. We're a vegan donut shop in Silver Lake. He didn't say that, but I know that's what it really boiled down to.
Right.
Like we had went to Coachella. I went to Coachella to sell donuts, and the guy who ran the place, he was just a weird, wiry dude one of those guys that gotta feel important, regardless as to whether or not it makes sense. So like, let's say, that you're supposed to, let's say you make Whoppers.
Sure.
You're supposed to put the mayonnaise on first and then the burger. He'll come in and tell you to do the opposite, not because that's what's supposed to happen, but just so he can tell you to do something.
Feels different.
Ugh.
And he was saying something to me while I was like in the middle of a transaction, like, "Hey, don't break change." I was like, "I'm not giving somebody change or whatever it was. Like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm doing this."
Yeah.
Okay? And I was stern with him because it was like, it's Coachella. It literally was like 1,000 people around a fucking yurt tent.
Yeah.
And I'm dealing with money and shit. All these people on acid. I'm like, hey, I fucking got it, buddy. I didn't say that. But
Right.
after that, he fired me. He's like, yeah, well, you're just not. He said
Team
something like you
player.
weren't washing dishes. I'm like, I literally was like, there's no dishes.
Dishes.
Yeah.
We're a donut
Right.
shop,
Donut
bitch.
shop. And he was-
Dishes.
Right.
Damn.
Really?
Can I get a
Wash-
donut on a dish?
He
Yeah.
really
Right.
said that, man.
We
He,
wash the napkins, you know?
Yo.
Yeah, like, what the fuck you want me to wash out
he
here?
really
son?
said that. He was like, well, it seems like you're not folding boxes. I'm like, there's only 20 boxes. They're always
Yeah.
folded. What are you
Yeah.
talking?
Right.
Then it was like, well, the decision's already been made. I'm like, I don't give a fuck that the decision's been made. I just asked why.
Yeah.
You gave me
Right.
2 lies. You're a 50-year-old man. I thought you wouldn't lie to a child, but it's all good. Just give
Yeah,
my
yeah.
check, brother. I ain't come here to slang donuts.
Right.
Right.
So anyway, that happened. Then I started going to San Diego. Trey Stewart put me on in San Diego, and then the people that worked at this club, Madhouse in San Diego, they started working at the Comedy Store. And then because they liked me in San Diego, they was like, hey, you want to work at the store? And I was like, I don't really want another job. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And I started working at the store, and I got passed. Oh, let me digress or go back. When I went to L.A., first place I went was a Comedy Store. I was hosting a show called Crack 'Em Up. And I was the host of a show at the Comedy Store, but that's a black show.
Right.
And it's on Black Night, Thursday. So nobody at the Comedy Store really knew me, even though I hosted a show there every fucking week. It wasn't until I started working there that the rest of the store got to know me. And it's like,
Right.
oh, man, you're funny. I'm like, yeah, I've been hosting a show in your establishment
Yeah.
for like 6 fucking months.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't fuck with nigga night. And I was like, fair
It's
enough.
called Black Night, motherfucker.
Right,
But,
fair enough. And then,
Right.
Black Thursdays.
right. Then I got passed, and then,
They wanted to do it on Friday, but like Black Fridays too.
But yeah.
well, it
was
used to
just
be
taking-
Tuesday. I mean, Black Night was Tuesday as well. Thursday really ain't Black Night. It's just Crack 'Em Up. But Tuesday was Black Night. But then somebody got shot, and they blamed it on Black Night. And then
Why
they
gotta be
stopped.
crack 'em up?
Yes.
It's chocolate Sundays, Crack 'Em Up, Turn Up Tuesdays,
Yeah, it's always so.
Wild Style Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We got to have names.
Wild style Wednesdays. I don't know why that one got me.
Yeah.
And then I did some show, got a manager, went to JFL, got an agent, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
How
That's what's
far
up, bro.
along were you when you got a manager?
In years or my journey in LA or my time in LA? In years, I didn't even fucking know.
Both.
Let's see. I was probably in LA maybe a year, 2 years. No, it was more than a year. Like a year and a half, close to 2 years. I did some show and the lady who ran Crack 'Em Up was managing me to some degree at the time, and then
Gotcha.
but it was like she was a beautiful lady, but she did what she did. Nichelle Murdoch, shout out to Nichelle. Have you heard of her?
What's her name?
Exactly. That's the point. So but she put me
No,
on.
I didn't hear you.
She absolutely put me on.
No, seriously.
She put me on, and she still puts me on. And we made money together, and we still make money together. But the point is, I did some show at the Improv, and then some dude was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm with 3 Yards." I'm like, 3 Yards? I heard of that shit. I don't know. And it was like, "Oh." They're like, "Well, we rep Kevin Hart and Louis C.K." I was like, "Oh, all right, yeah, cool, yes." I thought I heard of you all. So then we started talking.
Oh, you
and,
said 3 yards.
right.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So then I started working with them, and I told Michelle, and she was like, it was a fuss at first, but she got it. She was
Right.
like, I'm not crazy. Go get your money. I'm like, yeah, let me go fuck with these white boys and bring the money back to you.
Yeah.
And then started work, and then I was fucking with them, and then I just I was with them, 3 Yards, and then I had already been fucking with the black side and stuff like that. So Kevin Hart's people they were preparing to reach out to me to go to Just for Laughs to shoot his thing in Just for Laughs, which was Kevin Hart Presents LOL, something like that. I don't fucking know. So I went out there for that. I didn't have an agent at the time, but I went out there for that. I probably was gonna get that whether I was with 3 Yards or not, but like 2 or 3 months after I was with 3 Yards is when I got that. But I had already known them. I already had a relationship with Kevin Hart's company, just from being out there and just running into the people. Nothing happened after that. I mean, people they're like, "Oh, you went to JFL," so that happened. But the next year is when I got New Faces. I had auditioned for New Faces the year prior. They was like, "Suck our dicks."
Right.
Yeah.
The next year, I already had a manager. I had already been to JFL, even though it wasn't for New Faces.
Yeah.
Right.
The Kevin Hart thing, that was virtually just for last Black Night. And once again, when you have Black Night and white things, they don't really give a fuck. But it was what it was. But I had already been. I still went around, I did Lil Rail's show, Lil Rail's, because I know him. And I did his show. I got on some other shows my first time at JFL. And then the second time when I auditioned for New Faces, which I didn't give a fuck, and I performed like I didn't give a fuck. And that's probably why I got it.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I had representation. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
And when I went to JFL the second time for New Faces, I had seen New Faces the year prior. I didn't perform, obviously, but I had seen it. I went to that show. So I knew what to expect. Most people, when they do New Faces, it's their first time going to JFL. So when I performed, I knew what to expect. And I really didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because, not I didn't give a shit, but I just wasn't nervous the same way they were.
Right.
So I did, I had a pretty good set. And every agency would holler at me like, "We want to fucking sign you." And I was like, I was meeting with y'all just a couple months ago. Where the fuck was y'all at?
Yeah.
Suck my dick from the back.
Right.
But
Hell yeah.
I ended up going with WME because they were an agency that had approached me before New Faces. They were the only company that directly approached me before New Faces.
Gotcha.
And they're pretty big, pretty reputable. I don't know who they represent.
You treated JFL a lot like you did JAIL. Like you just didn't give a fuck the whole time. Because I kept thinking you were about to say jail for some reason. Every time I went to JFL,
You the corniest nigga out of
hey, don't. I meant it just because I spelt it, but I meant it. Like you just didn't
So
give
dumb.
a fuck,
You are
and
so
it
dumb.
worked out for you.
But I mean, that's the thing. So that's how. So that didn't answer your question at all. How long into me being out there did I get a manager? So if I got a manager 2 years in, I got an agent 3 years in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Damn, that's
Maybe
what's
give
up.
or take a year on both things.
Damn, we need Ron on the podcast. He remembers what
And-
the start of the conversation was.
Yeah, he's like, put a pin in that.
Yeah.
What was my next question? Fuck, I just lost it. Thanks, Nick Kelly.
Sorry, Judge Judy. What are we thinking about?
But yeah, that
So
was
stupid.
that, man. LA's pretty good. I would encourage people to go there if they, want to get famous. That's what LA's for. You can
Right.
you can be a road comic anywhere. You go to LA to get famous, so you can go on the road more. So
More so than New
yeah.
York.
yeah, I think so. New York is the thing is New York is still a place. New York is a real place. Real people live
LA
there.
isn't though, huh?
People do regular things there. Everybody there is not there to be something.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Hollywood is not a real place. Hollywood is like
Everybody trying to get on.
camp.
Yeah.
It's but it's the camp. It's the camp to do the things. You can go. I know so many people that, and it's not everybody, but I know so many comics that move to New York and then just start living lives. Because you can just live in New York. You can't just live in L.A.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, yeah, I just live here. You go to school in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right.
Now L.A.'s a big place, and it gets confusing between L.A. the city and the county. The county is like it engulfs a lot of stuff, but Hollywood in particular, nobody just lives in Hollywood. You're a freak if you just live in Hollywood.
Right.
Like, what do? Oh, I work at the plant.
Yeah.
Walk my dog, and I just live life. You freak.
Yeah.
Get out of it. Why are you in
You freak.
Hollywood?
Way
Yeah.
for real.
So what are some other odd jobs that you like were doing and stuff from at the beginning, like besides the donut shop?
In L.A.?
Mhm.
That was the only job I had. That and the comedy store. Oh, I did Postmates. Postmates was pretty dope. But it was difficult to do it in my van
Right.
because it wasn't fuel efficient.
Yeah.
I'd get 12 miles a gallon and I'm driving around. And it was so big, I would like go up in the hills because rich people, they order Postmates. And I'm going up in the hills and I'm coming down. And this before I knew to like shift, because I got an automatic van. If it was anyway, before I knew to shift to avoid just burning my brakes out immediately.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I can't do this shit anymore. And then I got the job. And at some point I got a DUI, so I couldn't do Postmates anyway. But yeah, just Postmates, the comedy store, and the donut shop. Like I forget at the donut shop, I made coffee. I was technically a barista.
Yeah.
I was a barista. I could go to Starbucks right now and be like, they'd be like, do you have experience? I'd be like, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do have experience.
Matter of fact, before they fired
It's funny
me,
you
I was feeling
ask.
nice to do.
Yeah.
I was in that bitch making lattes and mochas and cappuccinos. We didn't do frappuccinos.
Yeah.
And,
Does it make you mad when you see like those I'll do anything to get on people and it's like they're like actors or they're like musicians but they're just doing comedy just for an extra, just for like
no. It makes
yeah.
a lot of comics mad. It didn't make me mad at all.
Yeah.
It didn't faze me. Why would I care about what somebody else wants to do with their life?
True.
Right.
To be happy or to be miserable. It didn't. The idea that these people take time away from real comics, I'm doing air quotes, away from real comics is just it's fucking ridiculous. It's like
Yeah, I hear a lot of
there's
people say
always going to be time for you, and your spot is your spot. Whether you take it or not is up to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially now with Instagram and YouTube and just the internet in general, you could. I know
It's so
people with
overwhelming.
hundreds of thousands of dollars ain't never been on TV.
Yeah.
So
facts.
no,
Yeah.
that doesn't bother me at all. What bothers me is when people complain about it in my
Yeah.
fucking ear while drunk. It's like
Right.
these fucking fake comics coming. Okay, all right, okay, that bothers me.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's
I can
what's
see
up,
that.
man.
Definitely.
Yo,
What were you gonna say?
anything
Go
else?
ahead.
No, I was about to say if.
Well, I
anything
wanted to
else?
ask, like the ringers. Are you fucking excited? Are you like?
No. No, yeah,
Like,
I'm
how you
excited
feeling, you know?
that people, will see it.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm just excited to hear what jokes I did because I have no clue. I don't even remember. I don't
Really?
I
When
believe
did you
this-
guys shoot?
When? Oh, a while ago.
Yeah.
Where?
Maybe 6 months in LA. Maybe 6-7 months ago. I don't fucking remember.
Damn.
But yeah, did that.
What does Bill Burr smell like?
I was gonna ask that question.
No, you weren't.
I swear to God.
I was just
I
fucking
swear
around.
to
I never
God.
got that close to him.
I was just fucking around too, but that's
I was gonna
hilarious.
fuck around too, but that's so funny.
I never got
Yeah.
that close to him.
Cinnamon.
Sorry,
I can
we're
say
really
this
stupid
much.
around here.
No, I can tell you this much. At least if you're cool, and that's a difficult word to really.
You can say black.
What is that? No. What does that word mean? But if you're not a super weirdo fan,
Right.
like okay, in LA, I mean at the Comedy Store, there's like a back patio where you go out and smoke weed and stuff like that, and you're supposed to be back there if you work there, or if you're paid regular or something like that. And we're all back there, and Joe Rogan's back there, and he's just, kind of holding court, just talking shit. And then this girl had came out and just like, hey, everybody. Oh, Joe Rogan, you should take me on the road. And Joe was like, all right, that's my cue. And he left.
God.
So if you're that type of person,
Yeah.
sure. And there's a lot of people like that.
Damn.
If you're that type of person, these people won't talk to you. But the interesting thing about Bill and the rest of those guys is that you almost forget their comics. So like, if let's say me and you are talking, right, and we're talking about something interesting, like I'm just shitting on Captain Marvel, right, which I did for quite a few months after that shit came out. I did it last night. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm shitting on Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah.
And you can see when somebody's having a fun conversation or a deep one, or just as comics you want to be in. You're like, oh shit, let me get in.
Yeah.
It don't matter what level of a comic you get to.
Mm-hmm.
They all want in.
Right.
So we can be here, we can just be talking shit, and Bill will walk up, and he wants in.
Yeah.
Joe wants in.
Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Chappelle wants in because we're just comics. So
Right.
that I found interesting. Like, I'm
Damn.
talking
That
to
made me smile.
I'm talking to
That's-
my level of comics, and we're talking shit, and Bill's like, wait a minute, fuck that. What do you mean? And it's like,
Great movie.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then but if you having a real conversation, you heat it. You don't give a fuck it's Dave Chappelle. You don't give a fuck it's Bill.
Right.
You tell Bill
Yeah.
like, fuck you and what you talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
I said
movie was
this,
trash.
that, and even though
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not the
yeah.
conversation that he
Yeah.
jumped in, but it'll be like that. So that was
Right.
that was nice. That was beautiful. That was refreshing to know that we are all the same thing. We're all
Absolutely.
comics.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a bigger comic. He's been doing it longer. I'm not gonna say he's funnier. That's relative. He's definitely got more money. Those are all facts.
Yeah.
But what's also fact is we're both comedians. Even if he is funnier than me, we both do the same thing.
Right.
And so that was cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And both interested in talking about life. Anything
Yeah.
within it.
Yeah, I'll tell you a cute thing I saw him do. This is when I was still working there as a door guy, at least, and I was in the. I was somewhere. Didn't matter. I was somewhere, and it's this VIP bar, and he had got off stage or whatever, and he was coming in the back of the VIP bar. I was like standing on guard or something like that, and just to himself, he was like, "All right, drinking time." And it was
Bill Burr said that?
oh my god! It was just funny and cute.
Yeah.
Just to he's just. It's like I'm off stage now. I can drink.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
oh shit, you're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
us.
All right,
Yeah.
drinking that. Dude, and just
To
the
see
having
somebody
no listen to his
excited.
podcast
Yeah.
and how he hasn't been drinking and
Yeah.
shit like that. Oh,
Right.
Billy beer gut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like to see somebody excited to.
Absolutely.
I love
You
how
know,
you called
to
it something
drink. Yeah.
cute that he said too, because that is the cutest shit I ever
Oh.
heard in my life.
It's so adorable.
So-
Oh, he
So-
rubbed his palms together. I'm gonna
Yeah,
call
he
Nia.
literally wrote
Right.
his poem. You're like, all right, because
All
he
right.
didn't say it to me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He didn't really realize I was there.
Hell
Nobody
yeah.
was around him.
Yeah.
I just caught him talking to himself and being excited to fucking
Right.
have a drink. In
Did he
the
call
back
himself
bar.
Billy? All right, Billy.
Yeah.
No, this shit don't even seem real for real. Like it's fucking sweet.
And I'll tell you about Dave, man. And I can say this now because he accepted that whatever prize he just won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
What
that.
was that?
I
Mark
don't.
Twain
I don't.
Award?
It was.
Yeah,
It was a Mark
it
Twain
was,
Award.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on PBS.
And he said that he does things. He says somebody told him, but he said he does things so that people can tell stories about him to other people. And now that he said that, I don't feel bad about telling my Dave Chappelle stories.
Okay.
Because this motherfucker is off the chain, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Something is up with Dave.
Really?
Man,
Let's hear it.
let me think. Should I say this?
Like,
well,
Off the chain. Like, what do you mean? Like he got some screws missing or some shit?
no,
Like, what do
he
you
just
mean?
does. He literally does things where you say it to people like that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's like it did happen, man. You don't know why
Yeah.
it happened, but this motherfucker is crazy.
Can I interject for 1 second?
yeah.
So I went and did a comedy festival in Maryland last year, and so we got in and we flew in, went to the car rental place, and we're talking to the guy at the car rental place, getting our shit checked out, whatever. And he's like, "So what do you guys?" He's a super friendly guy.
Yeah.
"What are you guys in town for?" "Oh, we're a couple of comedians. We're doing this comedy festival, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, that's so great. I actually met Bill Burr earlier this year. He came and rented a car for me, and he wanted to just walk around outside by the airplanes and stuff and talk sports. And I was about to go on my lunch break, and he asked if I could come with him. And I'd never seen the guy before. Like we're both from the East Coast, like whatever. But he just wanted to have some company and like hang out. So it's kind of like the same kind of shit. But the guy was like so geeked up that we were comics and like he was so geeked. As soon as he said Bill Burr, I was like, that's my favorite comedian. How cool, like whatever. And yeah, it was just similar to that,
Yeah, when the ones that still do comedy and still go hard with comedy, they're like that. They at least when they can find a person that's going to be cool, because they do have
Yeah.
to watch out for those weirdos and freaks, because it's just like it's just difficult to deal with them. Even on my level, like dealing with them is just like a lot. But the only look, when they still do comedy now, when they like switch over to just celebrity or just movie star,
Yeah.
they're not necessarily as approachable, and that could be
Right.
because that could be people's perception.
Right.
That could have been just been my perception. The only one I know that didn't seem to just like hang out with, I'm gonna call them regular people, us
Yeah.
regular folk,
Yeah.
was Chris Rock. Chris
Yeah.
Rock is, but I think Chris Rock is just a shy guy. He'll come in, he'll just sit down,
I've heard that about him.
Damn,
You know, he'll-
that is so funny.
he'll talk to.
He's so loud and like
Yeah.
you know
But
so
I've
much
heard
energy.
that about him, that he's just kind of like a dude that kind of keeps to himself. and-
Yeah, he don't, but
Yeah.
you don't
Gets
even
out.
really see him talking to the other big comics either. Like,
Really?
you know, hey, what's up, Dave?
Yeah.
And then he'll fucking be in the
Keeps
back.
to himself. Yeah.
You know, he'll come like this is the
It's
weirdest,
fucking crazy.
the weirdest
dog.
thing I've ever seen. One of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Hmm.
I'm outside on the patio at the store, and this dude walks up. I don't even know what made me see him walk up. This dude, I think I was walking down. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
It's just Chris Rock just walking down the street. It's like, how the fuck did you get here? Where are you walking from? You shouldn't be walking.
Right.
Right.
He walked to the store, looked around, hung out for maybe, a little while, and then left. He didn't go up. He didn't really talk to anybody.
Huh.
I don't know where he walked back to. He just walked in and just,
Like a ghost.
I was gonna say the ghost of Chris Rock just
Yeah.
walked in.
yeah, he just. But the
Damn.
rest of them, they're they just want to talk shit, man. That's why they still do comedy.
Yeah.
Were there any celebrities just like, damn, I didn't know you was this little? Was there anybody like that?
Yes,
Like,
absolutely. I can't think of any right now.
it's like,
But
damn, you only 5'1", dog.
I can tell you one that I saw that I was like, oh my god, I didn't know you looked this young.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was going to check her ID. Somebody came out to me because I checked IDs there. Somebody came out and was like, "Don't check this next girl's ID." I was like, "All right." And then they came up. I was like, "Hey, what? Oh, you must be the young girl that they told me not to
Yeah.
check their ID." And I let her in, and then I was like, "Yeah, that was Ariana Grande." I was like, "Oh, that's news to me." I didn't really know what she looked like. I checked Gene Simmons' ID. I didn't know who he was. He didn't have makeup on. I was like, "Hey," and he looks like a weirdo.
Right.
And there are weirdos that come there. Anyway,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, "Hey, give me your fucking ID." I didn't
Yeah.
say that. I was like, "Can I see your ID?" And so I don't even read the names. I just look at the date. I don't even look to see if the picture is them. Sometimes
Same
It's
with me
like,
when I check
oh, it's
IDs
the same
too.
color.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it
I'm like,
didn't
is
go.
it expired and what's the birthday?
Yeah.
All right, peace.
I don't even be checking IDs
Have
for real. I'm
fun.
just like, all right.
I tell you the person who didn't give me their ID, and she was a fucking jerk. I'm nice lady enough, but she was
She
being
was a
little
bitch.
bit
Say
jerk.
it. No, say it on the podcast.
No, because she wasn't. I kind of get. She pulled a jerk move on me, but I kind of get. Even she don't know me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a celebrity, which I didn't know she was a celebrity.
Who
When you're
is it?
I'm getting there. When
When
you're a celebrity, you
She's
really
so
don't.
excited.
When you're a celebrity, you really don't want to just give random people your ID.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a celebrity, you feel like they should know you.
Right.
But it came in, and I won't say who she was with, but came in. One of my buddy comics was there, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then he walked in, and then the lady came in. I was like, "Hey, can I see your ID?" You gotta check everybody's ID, no matter
Right.
how old they look.
Of course.
Hey, can I see your ID? Oh, yeah, I don't. I'm not good. Just
Bitch, I need your ID.
right, and I'm like, no, I just need to see your ID. I'm sure you're old enough. I just need to see your ID. Just
Right.
just check my IMBD. She said that.
Oh.
She said check my IMBD, but she
Oh.
wasn't saying it like check my IMBD.
Right,
bitch.
right,
It was
right.
like my age is on my IMBD. If you must see it, search there.
Gotcha.
And it didn't hit me till later. It was like maybe she got a fake age on there and she don't want me to know how old she really is.
Mhm.
But finally, I was just like, fine. I think the dude that she was with came back out. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I eventually just let her in. It was like that was Kate Beckinsale.
Oh.
It's like, oh, I guess. It's like I was like from Underworld. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
but bitch should have had some leather on. I ain't
Right.
know. You know? I didn't notice her without
she with-
her vampire
Oh
fangs.
wait, you said you weren't gonna say who she was with, but maybe we'll talk about it. After
Only
the
because I don't know that
Was it
Yeah,
Leo?
yeah.
their relationship out there like that. I will
Gotcha.
say that she was dating a comic at the time. I'll say that. much.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Well, there you go. But
yeah.
yeah, anyway,
Anyway,
back to what I was getting at, Dave and his craziness.
yeah.
So, this motherfucker, I forget exactly what it was, but he's at the store, drunk as fuck, We're all drunk at this point. It was like late. Comedy store closed at 2 unless Dave comes. It might have been like 3 or 4.
Unless Dave comes, you said?
Yeah, like
Thanks.
he'll stay there to 5 if he wants to.
Damn.
And he started doing this, just riffing, and it was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember everything he was saying, but he took his shirt off, got on the table, and started singing something. It wasn't Patti LaBelle, but it was like Patti LaBelle. He was just up there just
Like
singing.
nipples? Oh.
No, he had a beater on.
Okay.
He was just up there singing and fucking dancing, and it wasn't a bit. It was almost like he was just partying by himself.
Yeah.
And then like we're all laughing, and it's just like this is fucking insane. And then he got serious, and he talking to the mic. He said, "Nobody will ever believe you." He said, "Nobody's gonna believe that I did
Hell
this."
yeah.
And it was,
Dude, that's so fun.
and then he hangs out with him and John Mayer are good friends. So
Yep.
last time I saw him, I wonder how many followers y'all got. You don't have millions of followers, right?
Hey, I just hit 1,000
cool.
a day. Hell
You're
yeah.
gonna be fine.
I just hit 1,000.
good.
Shout out
You'll
to
be
me.
just fine. Yeah.
So
We
I
ain't
don't
shit.
want to burn one of his jokes. This might go on his next Netflix special.
Ain't nobody gonna hit this shit.
All right, I'll take your
the
word
other
for it.
comics.
I don't
in the
believe
city.
you, but the last time I saw him, he was running an hour, and like Leonardo DiCaprio was there, Paul Rudd, fucking Ant-Man, whatever the dude's,
Paul Rudd, yeah.
whatever the dude's name, whatever the dude's,
Ant-Man was there. Captain America.
Freddie Mercury,
Freddie Mercury.
Edward Norton.
Freddie
The guy
Mercury was
who-
there, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
and Talib Kweli and somebody else famous. Mind you, let me say this: the reason I'm name dropping like this is because these aren't my friends.
Because
this
this
is
is what we
just
wanted.
sightings.
That's exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
good.
I would feel like an asshole if these was like, if I was like, yeah, I'm not hanging out with these people. They just
Right, right,
exist in
right.
the same building that I'm
Yeah.
in.
Totally.
Okay. Anyway,
That's fine.
all those people are there, and but anyway, he was upstairs, and Dave said he was talking about like I said, John Mayer was there, and he just was doing shrooms, man. He ate like I don't know how many grams, whatever.
Dave
but
Chappelle was doing the shrooms, or John Mayer.
he was getting them. I don't know who gives a fuck. He was getting them from John. He's getting them from John Mayer. Like John Mayer was, he's in the crowd, and like, hey, John, you get the whatever, and he just was throwing them mushrooms, and he was just eating them like Doritos on stage.
He was tossing them to
And
him?
tossing them to
In
him
bags or individual like shrooms?
loose shrooms.
Loose shrooms.
That's what made it all crazy. Was like this. I've never seen anybody
Catching 'em in his
catch
mouth.
drugs like this.
Right. Loose shrooms.
Throwing fucking popcorn in the fucking.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. And then he was talking about his special, the one where he was talking about the lady that gave him shit for not being on the R. Kelly documentary. And he said he was referring to her, saying that she said that he told her that I can't do that, man. It's too hot for TV. And in the special, he says like, "Why the fuck would I say that? That don't even sound like something I would say."
Right.
And,
Yeah.
And then, but on stage, when I saw him in real life at the store, he was like, the crazy thing, I did say that.
No shit. Dude, that's wild.
He
That was
said-
on the last one.
Yeah, he said, I did say that. I did think it was too hot for TV.
Oh shit!
Damn. So now that
Damn.
you said that, we got 4 million followers.
Exactly. Right
Right.
along exclusive. So he about to put us.
Shit.
Now here's the genius of Dave, right? He might have truly not said it, but he knows that coming out and confessing that he did truly say it
Is a
would
gasp.
be funny.
Yeah.
So who the fuck knows what really
Exactly.
happened?
Right.
Right.
He
But
could be
that's
lying
the
at both
genius
times.
of fucking
Yeah.
Dave.
That is so
And he
fucking
just
awesome.
so when I say he tells stories or he does things so people can tell stories about him,
Yeah.
that's one of the things. If that never goes on a special, I'm one of the few people that heard him say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did say that shit.
And you laughed your ass off, didn't you?
Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, how cool.
You know how he talks about in a special, a couple specials ago, how he talks about how he bombed in Detroit?
I was there that night. No, I was there the second night.
No shit. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Really?
So when
The
he talks
night
about,
that
He
he
bombed both
bombed-
nights.
no.
The night that he bombed, that he says he bombed. Anyway, the night that he bombed,
Booed him off
I went
stage,
to the
apparently.
second.
No,
No,
he
said,
didn't leave.
Yeah, he said I got booed. I did not leave.
He did not leave.
The night that he bombed, I went to the second show. So the second show, all he talked about was the
Bombing.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and he was so that shit was funny. Anyway, what was your question about?
No, so I before that special came out, my mom got me a massage for my birthday at MGM Casino downtown, and I was getting a massage, and I asked her, I was like, you ever get like Lions players or anything like that, or like, and she was like, I got a comedian the other day, and I was like, who? And she was like, I'm not supposed to say, and I like turned around, I was like, who? And she goes, David Chappelle. She said David, and I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, apparently he did really bad at the Fox Theater, and I was like, this lady's crazy, no fucking way.
Yeah.
And then so when I watched that special. And I heard him like open up with that, about the lady in the Ford shirt. Fuck you, Dave Chappelle. Word. Like, I was like I wasn't with anybody, but I wanted to tell someone I knew about that before.
Yeah.
So that was I had forgot that had even happened. That's what was funny about that special coming out. I was like, man, that was a long time ago. You still thinking about that?
Yeah.
But I think that material he had been working on already, and he just
Well, he said a rapper gave him some weed, and the rumor is that's Danny Brown.
Yeah.
that's very plausible.
Yes.
Most
Jack.
likely to happen. Yeah.
Blowing on exotic.
Detroit stand up.
Is there something to drink in there that's flavorful without alcohol?
I got nothing. I got like water. I got tea. I can make some tea.
Nope. Just a smearing off ice, bruh.
It'd have been funny if, like, when you were telling that Bill Burr story, when you were like, all right, drinking time, if then you got called to blow right then. Like, they're listening.
Right. But, yeah, man, those are all the stories. I think that's about the most exciting. I got held hostage by Bushwick Bill.
Hi. I thought he died.
He did, eventually.
Oh,
Rest in peace. But prior to that, this is when I got held
Hostage,
hostage.
huh?
Yeah. So he was
Alright.
there to see Dave Chappelle. And everybody left. And I was one of the last people to leave. It was me, this guy. Y'all know Elvis Moich?
No.
Comic from here. He lives in a minivan and travels the world doing comedy. He's a crazy guy. Anyway, it was just me and him and Bushwick Bill. And I remember thinking, like, who the fuck left this guy? Why is he just here? He's a celebrity, you know? Why is he just was out and he just, when I say help me hostage, I mean verbally. He just was talking my fucking head off.
Bushwick Will,
and I couldn't get out because it was a few things. He was very drunk, and like he had this like old ass phone, like a Cracker Jack box phone, and I think his phone was dead, and he was either waiting on a ride or something. And I was like, I can't just, because I could have just ran.
Yeah.
And like, what is he gonna do? Tell everybody Ron Taylor ran away from him? No.
Right.
He was fucking drunk off his ass.
And he ain't gonna catch you anyway.
Right.
Those you don't know,
Right.
Bushwick Bill is he's part of the
Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto Boys with Scarface. He was the real
shit.
little nigga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to call him a midget, but he was a midget.
He was the little person.
He was the
And
little person.
he was just talking to me about everything, and just like he first up. Anyway, I didn't want to leave him.
Picturing you looking down at him. That's so fucked up.
You some stupid shit.
I didn't want to leave him.
Yeah, man, we gonna get this next album.
Man, I was all state in football.
No, that's not what he was talking about. I'll
Were
tell you
you?
what he was talking about. The reason I didn't want to leave him is because I was like, I can't be the last one to see Bushwick Bill if he like get kidnapped or hit by a car.
Cannot,
'Cause he's
you
drunk.
got fingerprints on
I
him.
can't have that on my conscience, like knowing that I felt obligated to at least make sure he got home.
Yeah, of
Right.
course. Of
You know?
course.
But he was like, I don't know how we got to talking about this stuff, but he was telling me about Tupac. He was like, people think, yo, homie, people think Tupac got raped in jail. He did not get raped in jail, and all this other stuff. Who knows how true that is? But I didn't even know that was a story.
Yeah.
But apparently he did get raped. Who the fuck cares? Anyway, he was just telling about Tupac. And there's this famous bass player that hangs out at the store a lot.
Thundercat?
No. Tall is her name. I don't know her last name. But she's like one of the top bass players in the fucking world. And she's like a young Australian girl or something like that.
White girl.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
color
about.
she
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
She
yeah.
had red hair and stuff like that. And she hangs out with some of the comics and stuff. Anyway, she was there. Bushwick saw me talking to her or something, or like she was leaving. And this ain't like no close friend of mine. It's just somebody I know. We just happen to be at the same place. And but Bushwick thought that we was like that was my girlfriend or something. He like, you should never let your girl just walk by herself. You should have walked with. I was like, that really ain't.
I don't know. This
Yeah.
bitch,
She's a celebrity. I just happen to. That's not my girl.
Right. I don't know it
Homie. You should make sure your girl gets. I'm like, that's not my girl, Bushwick.
Why does it sound like the computer when you type words into it? You
Right.
should
That's
never
how I
let.
talk. But, yeah, that happened, and that's about it. this was all the stories about.
I gotta listen to Ghetto Boys now just to see.
Yeah.
Right. This nigga was bothering the shit out of Ron
Playing-
Taylor.
Mind playing tricks on me.
It was good, man. Oh, all right. This is my one other story. My last one. So I went to this party, right? And it was some gay dude whose brother, semi-famous, who did shows on something. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, he was gay, trying to fuck all of us. And I was drunk, so I just went out with all of them. And he just kept, just being weird and all this stuff. And trying to give people cocaine and trying to fuck this kid we were with. Kid as in 24.
Kevin Spacey.
It wasn't Kevin Spacey. I don't know this dude's name. His brother was the rich famous dude. I know what show he did, but I won't say what show
Martin
he did.
Spacey. I don't know what his brother is.
Anyway,
I want to know what show it is.
we go to one bar, it's closed. We go to another bar, it's closed. He tries to go get a hotel because he's got money, so he could try to fuck us all. That's closed. Or he couldn't do that. So we end up going over to these Australians' apartment. We go over there. I'm just drinking and shit, They must have just moved in, so they didn't have a lot of food or anything really to drink. We had some Modelo's or something. And they had this, I'm drunk. They had this plate of mashed potatoes. It's like the only thing they had in there.
Just mashed
A
potatoes.
plate of mashed potatoes, like this big ass plate of mashed potatoes.
Drink your time.
And now these all white people, and they passing this plate of mashed potatoes around. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with white people? Like, what? No gravy?
What?
They didn't
No
have no
gravy?
spoons.
Just mashed potatoes.
They just passing this plate of mashed potatoes around, man. And I'm like, yo, after I finish this beer, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man.
That's a white tradition. Just
So
white
and
potatoes.
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, why the? I've never had a communal plate of
dish.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's a side dish. dude.
No meat, no nothing. At least gravy.
Right.
At least some fucking
And
gravy.
some cheese or something, dog.
And why are y'all not using utensils?
They were eating
Wait,
that shit
what?
with their hands?
No.
They just had this plate of mashed potatoes. So finally, the plate of mashed potatoes get to me, right? It's not mashed
My
potatoes. It's a mountain of cocaine.
Oh.
You serious?
damn.
That's why they didn't have any gravy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
And that's why I never
shit.
saw them eating it, and that's why there were no spoons, and that's why they was passing it around. It was a mountain of cocaine. And I was like,
God
oh,
Why are you guys
damn.
eating
no.
mashed potatoes with your car keys?
Exactly.
Right.
And I was just like, oh no, I'm fine. I'm gonna stick with these Modelo's. And then the gay dude took his shirt off and started jacking off on the couch. And then I had to get the kid the.
Whoa, you
If
said
you
that.
did
You
any
said
of that,
awfully
hey, if you did
fast.
any of
Let's-
that cocaine, you was at least jerking somebody that night, bro.
Me? No, I didn't do anything. But
You just started
Well-
jerking off, like looking at everybody.
I
like,
wasn't there, so I snuck the kid out because this dude kept trying to fuck him, and this kid fucked around and told this guy that he had 24, but he
Okay,
looked
okay,
young
good,
and he
good.
acted young. That's why I keep
Gotcha.
calling him a kid. We
Right.
probably were the same age at the time, but he had told this old gay dude that he had messed around with dudes or something like that, and for some odd reason this kid didn't know how to tell him no. So he just
Yeah.
felt pressured. It was like some Me Too shit. Because the guy wasn't going to take advantage of him, but he definitely was going to convince him to fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm Kevin Spacey's brother. Watch me jerk off.
And that was why he found it difficult to say no, because it was like, man, this guy's
Evan
brother
Spacey.
runs a show. Maybe if I let him suck my dick or vice versa, he'll
Oh,
put
man.
me. It was just fucking weird.
Oh God, that was,
That's fucked up.
It kind of is
That
fucked
shit
up.
happens.
But at the same time, I was, and it's before the Me Too movement, right
Right.
before, and I was, but the other side of me was just like, yo, just tell this motherfucker no.
Right.
If you don't get on, first of all, why are you thinking about getting on his brother's show?
Right.
Yeah.
We all entertainers.
So-
We all, if we gonna not get on, you should be all right not getting on.
Right.
Right.
Even if you absolutely were gonna get on from sucking his dick, you either man up and suck that dick, or man up and just don't be on the show.
Or
Right.
suck his brother's dick. Find
No,
out where his brother at.
He wielded his power against him, man.
Well, he definitely used it, but I mean, hell, what is power for? Anyway,
Exactly. That's what I've been saying. Like,
What
if
the
I
fuck we
can't
working
jerk
hard
off
for?
in front of somebody after I'm made it, like, what's the point?
Right.
well, anyway, so
I told you nobody listens.
I'll tell you
bro.
a story about
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
So I sneaked this kid out, and then I fucking left. And then when I got a call, and it was like, yo, this dude took his shirt off and started jerking off on the couch and was sweating. And then one of my buddies had to like muscle $100 out of him. It was like, yo, you need to pay these people to get their couch clean. You're sweating on their fucking couch. It was fucking crazy.
Coming on their couch.
Damn.
Sweating,
that's
but the
so
fact, I mean,
crazy.
you know, motherfucker jerk off on your couch, you just give me some
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
It's not like they were actually gonna get the couch professionally clean with
Right.
$100.
There's that
It's just
butt
like,
cheek sweat for sure.
Right.
He didn't take his
know what I'm
pants
talking
off.
about?
He unzipped his pants, but his shirt was off. Anyway.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Anyway.
You know what I'm talking about when you're jerking off in your bed and then like you look back and then you all of a sudden you got a little crunch up right there from your butt cheek. Anyways.
Nah, I
Go
don't
on.
know what you're talking about, bro.
Okay.
So, Me Too movement, right?
Yeah.
I think the movement was already going. It was already going. Because Weinstein started it, right? Or that whole situation started it. I was going to some meeting. I had some meeting somewhere, and they were asking me like, "Who's your favorite comics?" and all this. I was like, "Oh, you know, whoever." I said, and then I was like, "Louis C.K." They was like, "Louis C.K. Scary being some hot water, huh?" I was like, "What? I don't know." And the term "Me Too'd," past tense of "Me Too," hadn't even came out yet. It was still just a straight up hashtag "Me Too."
Yeah.
So to be Me Too'd hadn't came out yet, right?
Gotcha.
It was a sequel.
So she was like, yeah.
Deep cuts.
Like, yeah, Louis is going to be in some hot water. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. She was like, don't worry about it. So whatever. A day passed, another day passed. I see Louis at the Comedy Store. He does a set. The next day is when the shit happened. The next day the articles came out. So one day I'm hearing that he getting ready to get in hot water. I didn't even understand what that meant.
Yeah.
2 days later, I saw him. The next day is when the shit came out.
That's like me with the Chappelle shit. Like I knew about that. Like,
That's how that was when I realized like, oh, I'm in Hollywood.
oh,
Right.
I don't just live here. Like
Yeah.
I'm in the mix.
You should have came out, be like, he jerked off in front of me.
I mean, whatnot.
Ron Taylor. On my Instagram.
Louis is hilarious.
Yeah,
he
he is,
feels
man.
remorseful for what he did. Personally, I think, what he did is not that big a deal.
Weird.
But
it's weird at most.
Whatever. I've seen weirder.
Right.
But I couldn't really take up for him, even if I wanted to, which I don't give a fuck about much of anything, simply because of all those N-bombs he dropped in his special. Now, those N-bombs could have just made me not a fan, right? But I'm a fan of comedy. I understand comedy, and I understand what he was trying to do. But because of that, it did not make me a fan. It did make me go, well, you get to come to the barbecue. You can't be Justin Timberlake and send the N-word. We can still enjoy your stuff, but now you're not. So black people ain't gonna ride for you.
Right.
We might not slam you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, right? But we might not slam Louis C.K. But if you in
Not
hot
gonna
water, you in hot water, brother.
Yeah.
Because you dropped some hard N-bombs in your special, some unnecessary ones, and it's like some of my brothers and sisters just stopped fucking with you. I still fuck with you, but I ain't riding for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to apologize to us first.
Yeah.
You apologize for jerking off on them women or whatever the fuck it was. Yo, this motherfucker has jokes. And I can't believe this shit ain't came out. I'm not even getting it. I'm not going to.
No. Please get
people
into it.
know the
Please.
jokes.
I love Louis,
No.
so please.
You know the jokes.
What with the
Them-
N-words in them?
Yeah. You know those.
Talking about the one
nigga
about
He
Mark
said it
Twain?
3 times.
Yeah, he's
The one about how Mark Twain said, yeah.
No, not even that one.
Oh.
That one was okay.
Okay,
Not
you're talking
okay.
about the one where he was like, there's 3 words that you really
Yes,
can't.
and I get the artistic nature behind it, and
Sure.
I got all of it until literally the last line. The last line is where I was like, "You just wanted that one. You just wanted that one." And he was like, "I'll say this much." He was like, "That nigga made the shit out of my coffee." I don't know why he wanted to say that, and it was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, nope,
that one
not
didn't-
not
you didn't
riding
like
with
that
that
one?
one, though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that line wasn't even necessary. And if he would have put an A on there, maybe. Nobody says that nigga made the shit out of my coffee. Nobody says that. That was all you.
Right.
Yeah, that was
So
just.
now I can't
you just
ride
wanted
with
to
you.
get. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't take up for you. So I'm like, hey, women, sick 'em. You know?
Yeah.
Get that motherfucker.
Sick 'em.
But when he comes back, I'm going to watch his stuff because I'm a fan.
Dude.
Right.
And he seems remorseful, but he ain't apologized to me yet.
Right.
So I
Well.
I ain't going to wear his T-shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
Apologize to Ron C.K.
He when
'Cause
he
he's
did
definitely
come back
listening.
on stage, you know that leak set? Have you listened to it?
I did.
It was hilarious.
It was very funny.
It's
He got in
fucking
trouble. He got in trouble for
The
something.
first thing I knew he was gonna come out with something really good right off the bat, right? But it was very. People were complaining that he didn't address it right away. But like the first thing he said when he got on stage, he was like, "So how was your guys' year?"
Yeah, he did address it.
In
Some
an
stuff goes over
indirect
people's
way.
head.
Right.
And that was just a snippet from a whole set, and it was one. He probably did 2 shows that night. Who knows what the first show was about?
Mhm.
You know, it is what it is. People just crazy, but you can't do that stuff, man. You know.
Yeah.
I've said some wild shit to girls. I could probably get me. I could get me too on the verbal tip. But
Oh yeah, you shit
Yeah.
about getting head from a conscious queen. You ever get your dick sucked? I literally had to leave the room. I was laughing so
You
hard
did
it was
leave-
obnoxious.
I witnessed you leaving the room.
It was
yeah.
obnoxious
we
for
can
the room.
hear you from the hallway.
Yeah, dude, I was
Literally.
crying. I had tears coming out my eyes.
You're like, that's the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. Like,
glad
you're
you
screaming in the hallway.
just thinking about a girl
screaming.
just like sucking your dick shitty because
She's a
because she
feminist.
thinks it makes her like not.
but that's my thing. Is like, then why just don't do it?
Yeah, right.
Don't do it poorly.
Bro, Connor
Right.
and I were losing our shit too. That shit is
But yeah, man.
So true.
I could get me too. I mean, no, I can't. I can't get me too. But just it's dying down now, which is crazy. But I talked about that last night. That's a whole nother story. But where it ended up going, it was just like anything, just the idea of like, sexual inappropriateness is what they call it. And it's like I've said some things that could be considered inappropriate, but
Facts.
kind of like Joey Diaz, who's one of my favorite comedians. It's like, yo, I'm with the I'm real. So you know it. You're not gonna secretly hear that I whatever because
Exactly.
whatever I did, you probably heard about it. Louis never did no special saying he jerked off on somebody.
No,
Had
he
or
did talk a
jerked off.
lot about jerking
Had
off,
he did,
but
Had
not
he-
about. Yeah.
Had he probably wouldn't have been in hot water.
Yeah.
But it was this whole hide thing. Luckily, fortunately, because I'm not saying I'm just morally this good or great. Luckily, I haven't done anything that requires hiding. All of my stuff, I can talk
That's your
about.
story, and you're sticking to it.
And hopefully, I can. I can. Continue on that path of not doing anything that I feel shitty and regret and that's awful and inappropriate. But Joey, he'll just straight up say like, "Yeah, I fucking stuck it in a muffler," and all that.
I gave her a good stabbing in her muffler,
Yeah, I
dog.
gave her a good stabbing.
A stabbing, dude. I love
Dude.
that. Because he's just so visual of like a stabbing.
Joey
Blue
is the
cheese will
best.
fuck your mother, So all that type of stuff. Same here,
Oh
man.
shit,
Like-
Lee Sayette.
Kick that fucking mule, Lee.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Dude,
I got the
Yes.
fucking Christ killer here with me.
Ron, I love you so much more just because of that, dude.
Yeah, man. Oh, I DJ'd for Dave Chappelle when he shot a special at the Comedy Store and when Joey was working out his 30 minutes for Netflix.
No shit.
And it's on.
DJing?
Yeah, I was the DJ. Anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Would you play? What did Joey Diaz ever ask you to play that Tony Bennett song that he always plays?
No, but you know what's crazy?
What?
That's the song I played. That's the song, and you can see it on YouTube because it's in his you can see like the road to his Netflix special. And
Yeah.
you'll see him go, and I couldn't stop it fast enough, which I felt bad about. So he kept doing this, and I didn't know if that was appropriate or not. But I know he always played that Tony Bennett song on his podcast. So when he went up, I played fucking. I didn't even know what song it was. I had to look it up, and then I had to download Tidal.
First
So I
thing
can
on my
play it.
YouTube when I pop it up. What's the thing that you called that you said is like the road to his Netflix special? I
Yeah.
want to see this.
Just Joey Diaz. Probably he don't got a lot of videos up on YouTube. That's
Right.
not his podcast, but it'll come up and you'll see him doing this, and that was me trying to fucking I just unplugged my phone because I couldn't stop it fast enough.
Damn.
You panicked.
Your ass was freaking out.
Yeah, because it wouldn't stop playing, And I didn't want to fuck up the applause that he was getting going up to the thing. Anyway, why did I get there?
Dude.
What was I talking about? Oh, that's me. So I'm like, yo, I'll just talk about it. But I said some things to some girls, especially when I was drinking.
Dude.
It's out of this fucking world. Like one thing this girl told me that I said to her, something along the lines of, she said I said something along the lines of, you need your pussy sucked.
You need
Yo,
your pussy
who
sucked.
talks to people
Damn.
like that?
Yeah.
I'm sure she was grumpy. You know what I mean? Like,
was.
you know,
Yeah.
she had to hear it. She had to hear it. She had to
Not
hear it.
licked. You need to suck.
Apparently, I said it like she deserves it.
Yeah.
Not like she needed because she was bad, but like, yo,
Yeah.
this is you this fine. This is what you need in your life.
Sucking of the pussy. I need to put my whole
Either way,
mouth
both acceptable, honestly. I
But
mean,
this-
around that bitch.
You need a good pussy sucking.
But this is the thing, man.
Gross.
Harassment is only harassment when the girl don't
Gross.
like it. Which sounds fucked up.
No,
No,
that's
it's
facts.
true.
But that's the truth of the matter. And
Well, right.
I know because I'm a reader of people, all of comedians are to some degree.
Mhm.
Because I'm a reader of people, I know what girls don't like. And at the end of the day, simply put, they just don't want to feel uncomfortable. There's a reason that women aren't typically harassed by 8-year-old kids, because you don't feel threatened or uncomfortable by an 8-year-old. You fucking kick them in their ass and they're off. When you make women feel uncomfortable, that's when the harassment. Now, I'm not trying to teach people how to harass, but I am trying to teach people. I'm trying to inform people on.
You learn a lot on this podcast right here.
I would like to inform people on how.
Everybody grab their notepads.
On how not to
So how
make
do you
women
harass,
feel
Ron?
uncomfortable. Well, anything can be harassment, not just sexual, if the motherfucker don't like it.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's if they're ugly and not. And
It's not just that.
It's a lot of it.
It's a lot of that. Is a lot of
It's
that.
a lot
It's a lot of that. but
Brad
I'm-
Pitt doesn't harass anybody.
Nope.
Well,
Good.
shit.
It's
You'd be
Okay,
surprised.
so
There's somebody
it's
that
his
can-
brother.
yeah.
yeah. So that was the guy.
No. Brad Pitt didn't have a show. Anyway, TV show.
It's Larry David.
I can tell you that. I can tell you the TV show came on. Actually, I don't know what state. I think it was HBO. It was one of those super cable channels. HBO, Showtime, something like Stars. I think it was Stars. Anyway,
It's 50 Cent. That's what it
50
was. It was
wasn't 50 Cent. Wasn't a black dude. I'm not giving you any more hints. Anyway,
Okay, that's fair.
Look up right now.
Dexter.
DJ. Dexter.
what was that? Anyway,
Dexter's brother.
fucking. The way that the reason that I don't think that I could harass anybody is because I know not to bother women. And when I say these awful things to women, I'm an appropriate distance away from them. Or if I am up close on them, I'll say it and I leave. So I'll be like, you need your pussy sucked, and then I walk away. Now, if you stay there, and that's how you get to actually suck their pussy too, because if you
That's
stay
so
there,
fucking funny.
Facts.
The fact that
Facts.
if you leave,
I'm pointing at Ron right now and saying facts.
because if
That's
That's
you,
so
all you
true.
gotta do.
here's the
That's
thing,
so true.
if you stay there,
Wait, where you going?
that's Johanna right there.
because now they feel like you said it and you meant
Come
it,
back.
and it's like
You don't want to suck my pussy? What the fuck?
because if you
Maybe
say
he's
it
right.
and you leave, you give it time to marinate in their mind. Sometimes girls don't
This
want.
nigga, dog.
Sometimes girls don't want to. They don't. What's she gonna say? Yes, suck my pussy. No.
Yeah, while you're
You
sitting
gotta-
there looking at her.
You gotta let them exactly. You gotta let them process the information. So 2 things can happen when you're harassing women. You can either just not get in trouble, or you can get what you're looking for. But you gotta get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. Let the harassment marinate first.
Yeah,
let
yeah.
it turn from harassment to cuteness to desire.
Throw some soy sauce in that bag and put it in the fridge.
Normally, my harassment, it just goes to cuteness. Very rarely does it go all the way. Does it marinate to the point where it turns to desire? You much like
Duh.
the Applejack I'm getting ready to make. You
you
gotta
go.
let that thing ferment,
Oh,
huh?
call
When
back.
you say some
They don't
freaky
teach this
shit,
at the Quicken Loans
You
harassment.
learn that in jail too.
Yeah, right. There's the other criminal shit you to learn.
you gotta give a girl her
That's
space.
that's the name of your moonshine right there.
Harassment. Wait, what?
Harassment.
Yeah.
Her ass, man.
Her.
Never let a girl feel like she know what's gonna happen when you come around. If you at work and you always hounding a girl, then she gonna feel uncomfortable. You say some freaky shit, right? And like, man, I'd love to suck your pussy. And then the next time you see her, be super fucking professional.
Yeah.
She never knows which one you're gonna be.
Yeah.
Man.
She almost misses the "I want to suck your pussy" Ron. Like,
Right. But
I hope all y'all listeners got some notepads out, because
For
that
real.
is, you know,
You
that
ain't
is
dropping
the truest
knowledge.
shit.
No, that's the
In
truth.
real
Fuck
life.
all that. I had to be
Harassment
sober
101
and
with
live out
Ron
my
Taylor,
car.
y'all. Goddamn.
actually, it's how to
Shoot your
avoid
shot
harassing.
and then leave.
Right.
Because the line between flirting and harassment is all dependent upon your execution and her attractiveness to you.
And your bone
Yeah.
structure of your face. Also, come on, that's,
you know,
that's
ugly people fuck too. I've
Ugly
been
people
fucking.
fuck,
So,
yeah.
you know,
ugly people
Come
fuck
on.
too, but ugly people don't fuck based on harassment. They fuck based on money or personality, like a long term thing. Whereas
I ain't got neither. I've had a plethora of people call me ugly. I'm trying to tell you how I
no,
did it.
you're not
bro.
ugly. You're not ugly, dude.
What do you know? You're a fucking dude.
Yeah,
You don't
well,
know shit.
You know.
People like Flavor Flav.
We're in LA,
and
you
people
would've
like
said
Michael
that.
B. Jordan.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
rhyme or reason to what women like.
That's
Mm.
just- that's
Every
big-
all
that's
you
big
know,
facts.
True.
so it just is what it is. But in real life, just don't touch nobody and don't be a creep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what a creep is,
Talk to your uncle.
I don't know. Ask your mama, dog.
Yeah.
No, because that might be the reason you're a creep. Because your mama's a creep.
What'd you say? Because your mama was a hoe or your daddy harassed her. Yo, I was like,
Oh,
that's
your
the
daddy was
realest
persistent.
shit.
Yeah.
That's the realest shit I ever heard,
I was
dog.
thinking about that. You said something about like. I was thinking like I'd
Which
like
one
to
is it,
think
my parents?
Dude.
I'd be upset if I found out like my parents fucked and then like went out for the night, like but when they made me, like when my dad came inside my mom and made her, I'd be upset to find out that they like fucked and then like went out bowling or some shit. Like I'd like to think they like,
You never
slept
asked about your
together
conception?
that night
Really?
and like, huh?
Oh, my
You never asked
conception
about
was
your
badass.
conception?
I don't think they know. I feel like he was just busting in there all the time.
Oh, that's gross. I don't want to think about my parents doing that.
Yeah, I think about it. Yeah.
I do know what my birthday's in October, so they fucked around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I know that much, which is cute.
Wait,
My
At least there was some love in
Yeah.
there, I guess.
Yeah.
my parents fucked Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm also October. Yeah.
Who's playing again?
Shit. I want to say it was the 49ers. No, was it Miami?
was-
No, it's 49ers.
It was something like euphemistic.
It might have been
for
49ers
the
in Miami.
Steelers and the
Nah, it was something. It was a blowout.
Queefers.
This is what my parents said. I don't remember who was playing, but it was a blowout.
Yeah, that's
my parents
what it
got
was.
bored and they started
Blowout.
fucking.
It was a blowout. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a blowout, all right.
Yeah, it was blowing out, and my dad started blowing out that pussy.
Okay,
And
thank you.
Jeez
Talk
Louise,
about your
Ron
mama that way.
says.
Shout out to
Jeez
John Watts.
Louise.
Hey, your mama was a hoe. Oh yeah.
It's the best podcast.
Have you ever been harassed
Yeah.
by comics?
Yeah.
How did they harass you? I want
I'm
to
like,
She was
Yes.
swiping through her phone. She's oh yeah, for sure.
How have they harassed you?
Not by comics. No,
Not by
comics, but
Oh,
by
move to
men.
L.A. Well, they'll change that.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Okay, how do regular dudes harass you? When do you feel like uncomfortable?
It was a lot. It's touching. It's touching when you're not supposed to touch me. Like
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
I've maybe said one sentence to you,
Yeah.
and now you're rubbing my back.
Yeah, that's weird. I
What
never
are
touch
you
girls.
doing?
Yeah.
You
Never
know,
touch
like
them.
that's fucked up.
And it's with their hands, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just walking up to me, dick first.
Yeah, right.
No. Here's another one of my secrets. When you
Walk up dick first.
when you got a girl, right, and like let's say she came over your house and stuff, and y'all haven't really broke the touch barrier, but you trying to get that pussy. One of my things is I don't use my hands because hands make girls feel uncomfortable because we're big and strong, right?
Right.
So you're using these fucking paws. Even if she want to fuck you, it's just that it just makes them jittery.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you get to touching, and it can make, even if they want to, it just makes them claim up. So I never, when I'm trying to break the touch barrier,
Forearms.
I'll use my head, man.
Head?
And I'll
Head.
kiss or touch or something or nuzzle something
Lean your
that's
head up against her neck.
Oh
not even
shit.
or her arm.
That's the thing right there. You
That's
gotta,
like some
lean up to her.
animalistic shit right there.
Damn,
Or-
that's like two lions like laying
That's
next
what
to
I'm
each other.
saying.
Oh my god.
Or
That's
her-
real
That's
shit
some Animal
though.
Kingdom
you just
shit.
lean your head up against her like you
like
about to fall
Nala and
asleep.
Simba. I seen that.
And then that's when you kind of get the elbows in that bitch.
No, me personally, you could do that, but my thing, I'll put my head on like her arm because now her
Yeah.
arm is a safe
And your
space.
head's cushy too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Her arm's a safe space, right? She can fucking slap the shit out of you. So
Right.
it reduces
Ah.
the joltiness that women have when you break in that touch barrier. And once the touch barrier broken, then she kind of push you in a little bit, and then you use your lips, which is cute, it's romantic, right? And then you suck on something.
Something.
Once you get to sucking on something, then you can
oh,
use
it's
your
all-
hands.
it's-
Then,
yeah,
then you
right.
can use your hands.
Right.
If she lets you
Exactly.
suck on
Use your
something,
feet.
you know.
Yeah.
then
If you
your
suck on
hands.
something, you can't get me too after you suck on something.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You can't get me too if you let me suck on the earlobes.
Except
that's
for
the go-to.
Aziz and Zari, right there. You know,
Yeah.
she gave him head twice that night when he got me too.
I don't remember. Oh, I heard Aziz say a funny joke about that too.
Well, like you.
I won't say what he said, but I'll say it
Aziz
off
at
air.
the, you know how Dave Chappelle got that Kennedy Center Award, the Mark Twain Prize. Yeah. Aziz was telling a story about how Dave Chappelle was in the back and he's like, "You want to do some mushrooms with me, man?" And he was like, "No." He's like, what do you want to tell your kids one day, that you went home and went to sleep and got a good sleep, or that you did mushrooms with Dave Chappelle the
Yeah.
whole night?"
That's how he lives.
Classic.
That's what
Yeah.
he does, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Aziz, he's a funny guy. That happened to him. But yeah,
You ever met him?
yeah. He. How can I tell this story? Without
Take your time.
burning myself.
Yeah.
After his trouble, he told a very funny joke that if he said in public would get him in trouble.
So
And
wait,
it was
sorry,
something-
real quick. At the comedy, do they not have? You're not allowed to have phones out. They don't put it in a bag or nothing there, right?
When it's Dave, they use this company called Yonder where they put it in a bag.
Right.
And they do that normally with Dave at the Comedy Store. At the Improv, just recently, they started doing that with all shows, regardless as to who it is.
Okay, so
So the store hasn't implemented that yet, and they probably won't because the store's just kind of set up differently. But
okay. But Aziz,
he said something along the line of just like, just something that was off color about the whole Me Too situation. But it was funny because he was aware of how silly the shit was that happened to him. Now, in his special, he was very, caring and all that stuff because, he's business. He has to do that. But you fuck around and you think that that's how he actually thinks. No, he knows how dumb the shit was that happened to him as well. So he said some joke that realistically I don't even remember. He said some joke to us that made him go. It was essentially like, bitch. I don't know what it was.
suck
but
my dick twice.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Anywho, that's how you harass a woman, with your head, not your hands.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Very, very smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Even elbows
gotta
are
get
more
going.
threatening.
They're sharp.
We got to go be comics
Sharp,
somewhere.
you say sharp.
Oh yeah, what's today? Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all going?
Prankus.
There's Prankus. You should go to that. Prankus.
Gratiot. There's always New Way, but I don't know if I'll make it.
Oh, New Way.
I might try to hit New Way tonight if I'm up for it.
Well, shit, who driving? Somebody give me a ride to Baker's.
I'll give you a ride.
It's right down the street.
It's just right here, yeah. I can take you there.
What'd you say? You want me to walk?
Thanks for doing the podcast. Bye.
Yeah.
No, we'll give you a ride somewhere.
Cool.
All right, cool. Let's plug away.
Ryan, got anything coming up?
When is this coming out?
Tomorrow.
Probably
Wednesday.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Man, just follow me on comedian Ron T on Instagram, Facebook.
Ron
Twitter
will
and
be
YouTube.
at 313 Comedy on Sunday.
Yeah.
And he will be there the next Sunday after that as well. So please
Will
come
I?
to Detroit Shipping Co.
I didn't know about the next Sunday or whatever day.
That's what Kyle said.
Yeah, follow me at comedian Ron T, and I'm bringing back my van show called Van Cook Meals on YouTube. It's dropping in February.
The 15th, Detroit to LA at Mark Ridley's is sold out, so it's irrelevant. The 16th, Pun Battle or something at Trixie's in Hamtramck. And 20th is Martin Luther King Day, so.
What, you don't work on Martin Luther King Day?
No, I just thought I'd let everybody know. And then the 19th, my 7-day trial of Comedy Central on Amazon Prime runs out. So.
That's in your calendar?
Yeah.
Important information.
Yom Kippur is on the, yeah.
So stupid. You can catch me hosting at the Independent Comedy Club Sunday the 19th for Mike Cronin, Chicago comic, very funny. I will be performing at Wayne State University on the 22nd, college gig. Hey, we out here. Yeah, what else? The 30th, I'll be in Grand Rapids. Look out for that. And then on the 31st, I'm doing the AWOL show in Detroit. Also follow me on Instagram, AVRGJOH. Thank you
Hey,
so much, man.
Thanks for having me.
Cracking us up, man. Best storyteller ever, I think.
That's funny.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Well, who's next then? Take me down for 100,000 zinny? Which one of you's got the guts? Come on, step up! I want to fight!
Dressed to impress with sweats on. I like a challenge. The fact that I'm slept on, rest on. I'll do the work for you. Externally a circus act, internally a fortress. But that's exactly what you'd say if, forget it, I'm already fitted for the crown and I'm on my way to get it. I just gotta find my keys, I've been hitting strong trees. I'm not inclined to put them down, except it's fucking up my money. Cheers to the last act till we can fill them in bunches. I'm picking up table scraps from the lunches I'm bussing. Here's to the maggot in you, I serve them in dozens. I've seen their minds of the universe and offended I wasn't. I've befriended many of them and some of them are my cousins. I keep the company of a spectrum of knuckleheads and I'm one of them. It's all love, confrontation included. It's necessary for evolution and cutting all that doodle. Pollution, what I'm spewing, turn the earth into a mutant. Intergalactic superhero, supernova. supernova ain't exploding and expanding like my frontal lobe is. Channeling the forces of 100,000 sources when performing cunnilingus or distorting English cheapish. Preaching of and succeeding cause I can't take the credit. I leave it to the powers that be and stay ready. Said I wouldn't get heady, but I've been smoking steady potent selections from the dispensary owner. I'm trying to get him to get me a clone up. But when the snow season's over in Michigan, it'll end when my verses stop getting so fucking frigid.